Okay, I got a song for you guys. Okay. If you want to fuck my brother, you got to get through me. Fucking him ain't easy. Oh, please don't pick my teeth.
You got something in your teeth.
God damn it.
You want me to pick it out?
Ruined the song. I had such a good vibe going,
Okay,
even though teeth rhymed with the thing.
I know.
It did work well.
It did work out well.
Back to trying to fuck my brother. Here are some things you have to do. Get your Target red card. Never shop in blue. That's a code for Walmart.
Walmart. I knew where you were going.
Yeah. Do you ever think about that? How like Target is Bloods and like Walmart are the Crips? Mostly because crippled people shop it.
Yeah, where Target has their child carts, Walmart has their rascal scooters.
Yeah.
See, we got the Target red card, the debit one, because it's like then we feel like we're getting Walmart prices, but in a safe space.
There you go.
Like Target.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
So you save the 5%, so I feel good. And it's like, that's comparable to Walmart prices. I can make this happen.
Right.
I love it.
5% cash back.
Every
Kim
purchase
Duke.
every time.
Hi, Kim Duke.
Hey, Chris Duke.
How are you?
I thought I'd be hungover today, but I feel good.
No, you did great last night.
I didn't puke.
No puking. All right.
I just don't have anything.
I
I mean,
guess.
I wasn't even that fun. I just was like, hey.
Well, the fun thing about it was that it was a Wednesday night open mic on a Friday.
Yeah.
And you just don't see that very often. And it was just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
thought
I got
that was
cornered by a
great.
guy
who-
on my walk to the bathroom. That was
You got
fun.
what?
I don't make eye contact.
Oh,
with
wait.
Oh,
We have guests on our show.
we still talk before we do the thing, though.
I know, but he asked you a
okay.
question and you were going to respond to him.
Okay.
We need to pretend like he's
You don't
not
have to
here.
introduce me. Just do your thing and then keep the suspense going.
There you go.
But now we have cameras.
There's just a ghost.
Yeah, so just do the one angle until you introduce us.
Oh, that's
And then right now we're just behind we're the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah,
leave-
leave us as faceless entities.
Yeah, we're the
And
Oz.
Yeah. And then it's
You
just
guys
a
are
real.
the Eternals.
Ooh.
Wow.
We have people on our
Reach.
podcast today.
Who do we have?
Do you,
Kyle and Devin.
no.
Oh, no,
We
is
have
it not?
Alex and Ethan.
Alex and Ethan!
The Pitras.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was Petrie your guys' favorite dinosaur in Land Before Time?
Petrie.
No, but people called me Petrie the Flyer for
Yeah,
a
yeah.
while.
Yeah.
And then I was like, hey, let's not do that.
Is it because you is it because you're real bony like
Well, it's the no. What?
Was
Huh?
it the flyer?
Do I look
'cause
like a
you were
bird? I
high
forget,
all
is
the
Petrie
time?
No.
the pterodactyl?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
is. He's
yeah.
the baby. Yeah, he's the
Oh.
baby.
So shouldn't
So
his
cute.
name
like way too small.
shouldn't his name be Eitri then? Because he's a pterodactyl.
Ow.
You like that?
That's because the P is silent.
Why do you keep moving that around, you weirdo?
I'm just moving it
I
around.
mean, that's for
All right, let's
special
talk about
effects.
last night.
Yes.
So my husband disappeared, and I was stuck at the bar by myself, and everyone else was having conversations. Like, oh, cool! This is a good time to pee. I never make eye contact with a group of guys when I walk by. I always look down. So I'm looking down,
It's always safe.
and there was two on this side and this one guy, and he just kept like reaching his hand. He's like, hey. I go, no.
He tried to finger you? He was doing that?
No. But he had
I
like
look out of the corner of my eye and you're like, hey.
he had a lighter, and he's like, hey,
Oh.
trying to shake my hand. I go, no, thank you. No, thank you. And then he was like, ugh. And then he moved out of the way, and I went in the bathroom. I'm like, if this motherfucker follows me in the bathroom, I will beat the shit out of him. Like, I had that mindset last night.
Yeah.
And then I thought Chris was out in the back still, so I went back there. And April came out there, and she's like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, do you see those fucking guys? And she goes, she must have came like short, because I obviously went in the bathroom. She's like, no. I'm like, if that guy would have followed, I told her, I'm like, if he would have followed me, and I would have beat the shit out of him. She's like, yeah, I really want to beat someone up too. We're both like, if it happens tonight.
The crazy thing is, you must have came outside just after we had dealt with that
So I
fucking
must've-
mustache guy. So
I-
Alex and I were
Oh
outside
my God.
while this was going on.
That guy is disgusting, by the way. Whoever he is, I don't know who he is. He stuck his tongue in Robert's ear.
Have you seen him before?
No. He
knows. He seemed to know Max and Robert.
It was like kind of wild, actually, like how ready to have that conversation he was. Like
Yeah,
I walked out there and he was like, he like opened up his lighter and he was like, had the flame going, and he was like, like that, like, how desperate are you for friendship that you like have a light ready for people that you don't even know are going to be smoking?
Yeah.
You know?
And I said, no thanks, this ass is already fire.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, you got a fire, that's chlamydia.
Yeah.
And then I was like trying to inch away, and then you pulled up your Minnesota nice pants.
Yeah, dude.
And you were like, so hey, how was your day? What's going on with you?
I jumped right in. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like I'm a 2 feet in guy, so I was just like about 2 seconds into that conversation, I was
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna let him finish, and then he went full Kanye. Like it was like 10 minutes of him just being like, yeah, so my wife is a unicorn. Here's why, and then told this whole story about how like she had breast cancer twice, and then like now he's got the empathy card going, and I'm like, okay, I feel really bad for you, so I'm gonna let you finish, and then like. It literally just didn't stop. And he's like, yeah, so like we didn't even hang out or like bang or whatever and stuff. And I was like, that's awesome to know. And then we were like, okay, we're going to go now. And he's like, don't walk away from me.
So he kept talking and he kept saying things. And I said, I'm too fucked up on GHB to be having this conversation.
I remember that.
I just screamed because I forget what he said. And then I go, fuck. And then he grabbed my ponytail and goes, "Oh, you know what I do with this?" You know, and I swat his hand away, and then he starts going like this at his peen,
Gross.
and I go, "Cool, you know how to masturbate."
Yeah.
And then I just started running away.
Yeah.
He was like,
Ew.
"If I could make you uncomfortable this fast, how are you gonna last on stage?" And I was like, "Fuck you."
Yeah. It
What
was
the fuck is
it was
wrong with people?
very weird.
When you're on stage, people are grabbing your hair and pretending to jerk off about
what
it.
the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah.
And then we walked down that alley where Bruce Wayne's parents got shot.
Dude, that was the funniest line of the night. Like I watched 8 comics yesterday, and that was the funniest thing I heard all night. We literally like we turned on the alley, and like as soon as you said that, I was like, "This is like picturesque." Like
Yeah,
it
like
was
the lighting and
it
those
was
lights
so
hanging down
perfect, and
too.
there was like that door where you're like, for sure, there's a murderer behind those doors. Oh man, that was awesome.
You know, back in the day, St. Cloud wasn't that scary. Or maybe it was, and I was just naive.
I'd say it's been that scary
It's
forever.
seedy. Like that's the vibe I get there. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
that it's like a bad town. It's not that super sketchy. It's like there's seedy shit happening.
It's
all the time.
it's you know how like what are they called, like how Waite Park is part of St. Cloud basically, like what are those like
Well, it's
sub
like
cities or
it's like sister cities, but
Sister
if
cities,
That's
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's
It's
like
a
Maple
suburb
Grove and
of it,
Osseo. It's
essentially.
basically
Yeah.
Maple Grove and Osseo. Like it's a
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
where
that's
like
a good
where
way.
like Waite Park is like inside St. Cloud.
right?
Like
yeah.
Osceo's the same way, and like the original postal code is from Osseo, and I think that's how it is with Waite Park too.
So I think that St. Cloud is that to Gotham City, where like it's the outlier where all those villains, you know, and
Yeah.
then like the kids of villains come out in the streets and like, yeah, our parents are evil, we're evil too.
Are you
And so
talking about
I'm gonna
Descendants?
Yeah, some
run. My
descendant shit
parents,
from Disney.
Yeah.
my parents may have Gotham, but we have St. Cloud. Then they all jay
And they
each other
start
off.
singing and
Yeah, and then
jumping.
you start singing, dancing, and the like
Fuck, it is Descendants.
good and
Yeah, I was
bad
gonna
kids
say.
become friends.
I knew where
and-
you were going.
I was thinking of what the fuck is like Green Arrow. You ever watch
so
that
it'd be
show?
like the good people.
Don't you
like,
mean Arrow? You're
Is it-
mixing up
is it
Green
just
Arrow
Arrow?
and you're mixing
Green
up
Lantern
Green Lantern
and-
and Arrow.
No.
Yeah.
Wait.
But wasn't
Yeah.
that from like an old cartoon?
Doesn't-
There was a
Because
Green
DC
Arrow
is
guy?
Green Lantern, and Arrow
well,
is.
but oh no, I know what I'm doing. Arrow calls himself the Green Arrow at first, and then he drops the green, and it turns into just Arrow.
'Cause he
Because
doesn't
he's
like
all
recycling,
green all over. So
Yeah.
he tries to say like, I'm no longer the murdering Green Arrow. I'm just Arrow,
I want to go back to this Descendants
which
theory.
arrows still kill people.
So,
by the way,
St.
Descendants
Cloud is
kicks
where
ass.
the villains are, and then Sartell is where like the rich, like non-villain kids are from.
that's Oridon.
Yeah. Ordon is Sartell.
You've never seen
Isle
Descendants,
of the
have you?
Lost is
No,
St.
Nah.
Cloud.
the only reason that we've seen it is because we have children.
And I
Your
don't.
turn to say
Yeah.
why you've seen it.
Yeah.
Because I care way too fucking much about anything Disney does. That's why.
Me
I
too.
love it.
I love Disney.
See?
he's
Can I?
Nick,
Yeah.
dude.
Dude,
I
how
don't
many
mean to
boxes
be-
have you given your own brother?
How many what?
Boxes.
0.
Oh, then
I've
you
given more to your children. I don't work there anymore though, so.
don't.
Wow.
Oh, what did they do with our video, by the way?
Oh, I don't know.
We did a good job.
You did. I remember the marketing manager being like, "This is probably the best video we've had for an ad in years." And then
For where?
for
You probably
WL,
You've lost me.
The old company I used to. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
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 That's
Yeah, they were interesting.
dude,
Correct.
You should
Good people.
Yeah. Great people.
you should come up with your own branch off of that and have it be Walter Life and have it be about Walter White from Breaking Bad.
That's an idea.
And have Breaking Bad boxes.
And you get like a little
And
bell
just sell
and
like
stuff in the first one
sell like
and
beakers and like
yeah.
just
it's literally
chemistry
just
ware.
kits to make your own meth. That's what
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
sell.
exactly. You're selling meth kits,
Yeah.
but with the
But
Breaking Bad logo.
With the premise of it being like a subscription box. That's what it is.
You get
That's
stickers and bracelets. Oh
I
my
think
God.
we just won, guys.
Breaking
I think we
Bad
just got
bracelets.
rich.
Fucking marketing geniuses over here.
There we go.
Now, Ethan, I don't mean to be too forward, but why do you look like you're an excellent kisser?
Probably my plump, luscious lips.
What is wrong?
Do you get that a lot? Or people are like, I need to have my mouth on your mouth.
Well, and then I say, "Excuse me, sir, but I'm spoken for," and then they walk away sadly, and it normally works. I mean,
Well, yeah, I mean,
a couple of hot guys have snuck in, but
I love
I
it.
thought there
Now,
was dinosaurs on your shirt, but
no, it's
they're flamingos.
I mean, birds are dinosaurs,
right?
right?
I
Isn't
guess.
that how it
I
works?
was Yeah.
Raptors.
Well, they're flamingos, so they're not raptors.
Are they
but
not raptors?
Well,
Correct.
according to his own joke, flamingos are really stupid.
They
so
are
now
the
my
dumbest
shirt's
animals on
stupid,
earth, and that's
so.
actually been.
Oh, they
measured
do
and
drown
tested.
themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they literally. When they drink water,
Really?
they drown
And that's how they
themselves.
end
Are
up
they
on
pink
shirts.
because of shrimp? Someone said that they
Yep.
are pink.
They're like the
Yeah,
plankton or
Really?
something
yeah,
in
it's
the
like what they.
water,
Yeah, it's what they.
something like that.
Yeah.
You'll see their feathers are translucent.
Oh.
They digest so much shrimp that the feathers develop a pink hue.
I want to eat a lot
It's
of
like
shrimp and turn
Attenborough with
pink.
helium. Like,
That's good.
It's like on.
That was a good impression, actually.
Thank you.
It's like on Scrubs when that guy ate all those carrots and turned orange. Do you remember that?
Yeah, but that was a TV show.
Yeah.
Not
Flamingos
It
are
was a fake.
Well,
real life
Real.
animals.
so what was the thing that they did? It was Planet Earth, but like on Netflix, like the most
Our
recent one.
Planet?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah.
the whole premise was, here's an episode of Planet Earth, except at the end we make you feel bad because you're a human. Like that's what the entire thing
Oh,
was.
Yeah.
right,
like,
right.
Like they show like walruses like killing themselves because of us, basically.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Aw,
oh,
Just
so
walruses
sweet.
getting a hold of harpoons and just.
like it's so beautiful, and then they're like, the oceans are shrinking. You're killing all the walruses thanks to you. They're dying. It's like
I believe it's
Oh.
walrus eye.
walrus.
Is that why the kids wouldn't watch it anymore? Because they were like, getting
Yeah, the
super
well,
sad?
the walrus one is really sad.
Yeah,
'cause
it's
you're talking
super-
about when they
it's
try
like-
to climb up the cliff.
Yeah, like because there's only so much space on this island or whatever, and like all their food is gone, and
I
they're
hate
like,
watching that shit. I like to be naive and think
Yeah.
animals live a wonderful life and they don't eat each other. And
Yeah.
I mean,
Have you ever seen walruses fight?
it's pretty. Is
Oof.
it bloody?
It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
first of
Yeah.
all,
Elephant
it's
seals are
hilarious. Like because they have the huge tusks, you know.
Yeah.
But like they
How
don't
do you,
have
like,
they don't have like
fork it?
limbs to be able to.
Oh.
So they just use their tusks, but they do this like where they like crane their neck back, and because they're so like malleable, because they're just like giant blubber balls, you know. Like
Yeah.
their heads just go like all the way back to their ass, and then they just like, sling it forward.
Just
with all this
pure
Oh my
momentum.
gosh.
Dude, it's the
This is where it would be
Fucking-
nice to have your computer set up right there and
That's
we can
good,
put up a
yeah.
video of the walrus.
You should get a Windows
Walrus.
Surface so
Walrus.
you can
Walrus?
just touch
Mhm.
the screen, and
yeah,
then you
I
can just.
know.
Walry?
Or what you could do.
Walrain. That's a
I've
Is
thought
you could
about
have-
putting that Mac up here permanently.
Well, what you could
That's a
do is
good
you could
idea,
just
too.
put the Mac there, and then have like a computer that HDMI's into it, and then you could have the computer like in your lap or an iPad in your lap, and then you could just send
Just show
whatever
the
you've got
feed
on-
of- yeah.
Right, but then I would need another screen, and that Mac's so narrow that I could just have take out
but you wouldn't.
the extra work.
It is a Mac, so it's got the towers built in it.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
I'm dumb.
It's
Same
okay,
team.
you
though.
know.
Same team.
Just making sure.
Same
Hey,
team. We
why
both think I'm an
do you
idiot.
look like you're about to say whites are outnumbered nowadays?
Oh well, I wore this specifically for the after podcast photo shoot.
You think that's what a coach looks like?
With aviator sunglasses and a whistle, this is exactly what a fucking football coach looks like.
Yeah, a racist football coach.
That too.
Nah.
You know what he looks like?
You just you
At a
you look
Christian
like
college, dude. Yeah.
You look
Yeah,
you look like you
dude.
belong in our neighborhood. Like
Yeah,
when
but
you
Well,
I
that's
go
what I was
in-
gonna say.
Okay.
There was a duck
Okay.
boat when we drove in, like where you could see all of like the foliage around the
Yeah,
boat. It
yeah.
wasn't just a bass boat anymore.
That's
It was
not the only
officially
one in
only
the
a duck
neighborhood
boat.
too.
Like,
There's
Exactly.
2 over there, and then there's one back there.
like I think he was driving home,
Like,
and he just ended up here somehow.
You
As
look
soon
like
as I get
that,
the floor for my rebuttal, I'm going
that fist
to.
is about to turn into one of those secret coded white supremacist things.
That's not what it's. This. You
Oh,
gotta-
of course
Why
you
do
would
you
know
know?
it. Of course you would know.
No, I don't have a fucking visor, bro. I just grabbed the only one that was in my house.
Well, I don't know.
And I also
You just-
don't.
He's
You
not
could
gonna go
make
spend
one.
money on it for a photo shoot.
Yeah,
he
fuck
could.
that.
He's
Okay,
rich,
here's my.
so.
What my actual thought was.
Okay.
Is like, you have Photoshop, so like you just take the picture and then you could just black the fucking visor and then it's
Yeah.
done. You know, like you don't
Plus,
have to.
it's gonna be in Monticello. He fits into Monticello too.
That's true.
You can kiss my entire ass.
That's a lot of work. I mean, not as much as if it
Not
was
a lot of
mine,
ass, but
I was
Yeah.
gonna
Work.
say that's pretty much just the one line.
That's true.
I got
yeah.
a deep butt crack.
I guess
a lot of
I
crevice
was
there.
thinking my own ass, but I just noticed there's a ship in a bottle back there.
yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
anyone else confused as fuck as to how that ever happens?
Have you not seen the videos?
Yeah, like
No, I don't
they're-
do that.
They have like a long ass stick, and like they literally build it in the bottle. It's
Really?
Like a magic
Jesus.
trick.
I
Yeah,
always wondered.
like-
I'm like, did they make the bottle around
Yeah.
it?
So now you're saying because the ship is folded, yeah? Okay, so it's very compact. And then they push it in, and then there's a thing they pull, and then it all fans out and comes up a ship.
full sheep.
Goes in a pencil, come up a ship.
That dude, you're a man of many voices, but every one of them just astounds me. It's so it's a genuinely impressive. I don't mean to be a condescending prick, but you also just calls me words. You also just called me racist like 4 to 7 times.
Are you
so
sure you need more to drink? Because I mean, you're already struggling.
I'm
so.
not. No, well, I'm struggling because I just struggle
'Cause
like
English
daily.
isn't your
This
first
is
language, or
like getting out of bed is a nightmare. So like, I don't know.
Would you say your life is a Tumblr page?
no,
Okay,
I've never
didn't they get
had
shut down
Tumblr,
now?
man.
Tumblr
Tumblr's
shut
an-
down now?
I thought
Tumblr's
that
a
it was.
nightmare.
It's
from
essentially
what I
shut down now
understand.
that all the porn's gone. So
I don't even know anything about Tumblr.
there's
Isn't
no
that what it
purpose to
is?
Tumblr now.
Wasn't
so
it basically? I thought Tumblr was basically Twitter, but like in blog form.
I think so. I
I
think
don't-
because like my girlfriend had one, and she like I saw it, and it looked like Twitter in blog form.
I had it because photographers were using it like fucking crazy, and some photographers that I really looked up to.
Yeah, I feel like it was like
Justin Bieber is the tour photographer,
oh, I
which
know.
sounds lame, but the dude is super good.
Obviously, he gets to tour with Justin Bieber. And
Yeah,
you're
first
living
he
in
was-
That'd be
Western
good at his
Minnesota.
job then,
He was
yeah.
shooting photographs with Katy Perry in dive bars in New York when she was in New York. And she was like, shut the fuck up. Come on tour with me. And he was like, fuck yeah. And then he went on tour with her. And then she was like, come do some behind the scenes stuff in the studio. And he was like, okay. And he came and he did that. And then Justin Bieber was like, I need another fucking Capri Sun. Also, we need a photographer for our tour. And he literally just so happened to be in studio while Bieber was there. And their managers were talking in the hallway
Yeah.
or something, and he was walking down the hall, and they were like, "Oh, Mike's a photographer. You should just hire him." And they were like, "All right, $60,000 just to sign on to be a photographer." And I don't
was
even
gonna say, it's
fucking
gotta
know
be
how much he
mad.
made per show, but like,
Yeah.
dude,
That's fucking rad.
yeah, and he's really good at it.
Well, I would
Like,
hope
that's the cool part is like, because some photographers get hired, and I'm always like, there's so many better people than you, but that guy, it was fortuitous, but also it's magnificent.
It was deserved.
It was deserved. Very good, Ethan.
Oh my god.
Sorry, Ethan, you're making me sweat, bro. Whew,
Yeah, dude, it's
too
hot as
for
it is
comfort.
hot as muff.
Isn't that
Is it
weird?
hot in here?
I
Okay.
don't
Yeah.
feel
I
that
have
hot,
the
though.
air conditioner on.
I'm
Do
normally
you?
the one who's really hot. I don't
what
feel
am I
hot.
wearing underneath this? Oh, that'll work. All right.
Hopefully,
I just like wasn't sure what I had underneath.
Is it tucked in? Did I see?
Yeah, dude.
yeah.
I tuck
Mine shirt's
everything
tucked
in though,
in,
dude.
too.
I tuck
Oh, okay.
everything in.
Maybe that's like a Pitra thing. Like we just tuck in our.
Well, like we
shirts
learned
or
from the
whatever.
best, dude.
Yeah,
did
I
we?
like.
Our dad balls out of control.
That's
dude.
true.
He literally does. Like his wardrobe is magnificent. The
Okay,
guy is an
so
absolute pimp.
so the YouTube people, may not have listened to our show before. Oh my god!
That was so
Did you almost just
aggressive.
die?
This is all for
I hope-
TV.
So that's on camera. You gotta get like a still shot of that, Chris.
Oh,
dude.
big time.
That was
I'm a
all
little
made for
worried.
Pull that mic closer to your face, by the
That
way.
was all made for
He's getting
Hey, come up on the mic.
comfortable.
When does he get his DC show for that one?
Yeah, no shit.
But-
I thought you were gonna pull off your skin to reveal that you were somebody else.
Just the red.
And I would have if it weren't for those meddling kids and that dog. Okay, so what's up?
Is it still pretty chilly outside? Should we just crack your window?
Well, it's like 56.
There's
it was like
cellophane all
56.
over my window.
I'll open-
Ah, don't sweat it though. It's
Yeah.
all right.
No,
I just
if
took my
it's
sweatshirt
hot,
off.
it's
No, I'm
fine.
good now. I'm good now.
No, it's fine.
Well,
We're gonna have
no,
to
no,
just-
no, no, no.
Well, it's too late now. I mean,
I'm pooping. I'm pooping. I'm pooping. I'm pooping.
Ethan, do you have a girlfriend?
yes.
He does.
Okay.
She also very much likes Disney, and so that's part of why I like Disney more now.
And she
so.
she freaking works there, man.
Yeah. So. Well, that's great.
Sorry, it was on camera.
Yeah, she works in Burbank, man.
Really?
Like legit
In
works.
California?
What?
Correct.
Does she work at Disneyland?
No.
No, she works
so
at-
she worked
Yeah,
at
Burbank would be like
Disney-
studios.
Yeah.
Oh.
So she worked at Disney World in Orlando. She did like their Disney college program thing for a semester a couple of years ago. And then now she's interning for graphic design for their global security team in Burbank.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Why isn't she on the show?
Did you say global security?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Disney
So
Global
she-
Security.
Is
They
she an
just
assassin?
No, she literally works with people that were in the FBI and CIA. Like,
What?
Those
What
are
is
the-
she?
bro.
What is
those are
she
the
getting a
heads of her
degree in?
department. Graphic. So
Oh.
they're like, well, we need someone to make things look cool for security.
Wait, so she
So-
lives there.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick.
Why is she with you?
Hold on.
I mean, like, you guys.
No, I don't.
Wow.
know. I don't
Wait,
know.
wait.
We've been
T,
together
T,
a long
T.
time, so she's stuck, I guess.
This is half an H, actually. Or maybe it is an H. Timeout. Is that an H on your guys' end? Or would it be this way?
What is your problem?
Timeout.
Just
I was going to say, we said who Alex is. You are Alex's brother.
Mhm.
We haven't said that at all. You guys were talking about your dad before, and I think maybe people could deduct it, but
Yeah.
I just wanted to say
Yeah, we are
Yeah.
brothers.
that you are the
We
Pitras.
are brothers. I guess if you're like seeing, if you're seeing it like on YouTube or something.
Yeah, but you
like,
guys don't look
we don't look at all
anything
alike.
like
at all.
Right.
you
yeah.
really don't.
Yeah.
Nope.
Which I'm fine with. I mean, it's worked out. So.
You sure same parents?
What's up?
Yeah.
Same
Same
parents? Yeah, I
Again,
don't know. I think I got switched.
He once
At the
told
hospital?
me. He
Yeah,
once
this
told
is
me I
actually
was
one of my-
adopted. Like
Yeah.
we were golfing and I was somehow beating him, and I gave him shit for it. And then he just randomly goes, "By the way, I was meaning to tell you this. I found out something a little while ago, and Ethan, you're adopted." And I believed, because I was like 9 or something. So I believed him, and I was really confused and sad. And then he beat me in the game of golf, so it worked out in his favor.
Yeah.
But if anyone between the two of us would be based on the looks in our family, I feel like he would be.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
man.
100p. Yeah.
Yeah, like you guys are all caterpillars, I'm assuming, and you're like that stickwood bug. What
Yeah,
are
yeah,
those?
yeah,
You
the
know what I'm
stick
talking
bug
about?
thing, yeah, yeah.
Stick bugs. Yeah.
Or actually, I feel like you look like a mantis. Like you're just the weird oblong body kind of thing.
Why do we have to be insects? You know? How
Well, I
about
mean,
just-
you're an insect. These guys could be.
You know,
anything.
haven't
Koala
you
bears.
heard from Alex's stand-up?
then
He
I
gets
have
offended when you
diseases.
say he looks like something.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
By the way,
dude,
That is a good bit, though. I do like that.
it is a good bit, but
It
it's
is.
also 100% real.
I mean,
Like,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah,
actually
Oh,
yeah.
the
One
bit
time I
that you
went,
did
so.
last night,
the which one?
the shower thing.
Yeah, that's brand new too.
Caitlin told us that story before we ever heard it on stage. She was like embarrassed. She felt bad because she was like, Alex was about to say something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You mean the part where I'm like,
Yeah.
I think it would be wise if, and then
Yes.
she's like, you took a shower, and I was like,
Yeah.
that's super hurtful, but probably wise. Yeah.
So yeah, she told us that story before
Yeah.
I had ever heard you say it on stage.
Yeah.
So I was like, leaned over to Kim. I was like, Kim, this is
Yeah.
Which-
Like it's kind of weird because I don't know. I feel it feels less fraudulent, but it also feels like less creative. If that makes sense. Where like almost all of my bits are real life shit.
No.
Does that make sense?
What? No.
Well, it's not that it's. That's just how it feels. Like I'm not
Oh, I
conceiving
see.
any
Yeah,
ideas that are
yeah.
like brilliant jokes. You know, I'm just like taking moments from my life and turning them into funny stories.
It doesn't
Right.
make
You
you
know what I'm
less creative, though.
Yeah,
it just
no.
means that you, for
That's how
one,
it
had
feels,
a lot
though.
of funny shit happen in your life.
It
and
doesn't
two,
feel
like-
fraudulent though. In fact, I feel
Yeah,
it
like-
feels like less fraudulent. Like I'm like, this is exactly who I am because these things actually
I like
fucking
that.
happen to me.
I was
I
gonna
wish funny
say-
shit happened to me in my life.
It does though. That's the thing. Is it like you don't sit in bed at night and like lay awake and try to
Well,
figure
yeah,
out
that's
how
what
you
I'm
can
saying.
make that
Like-
absolutely horrendous situation that happened today funny.
That's still very creative, though. Is what I like.
Yeah.
It's like how
I just cry about it and go to sleep.
Yeah.
Jim
I
Gaffigan.
like that, though. It's fun.
It's like how Jim Gaffigan talks about his
family?
heroin addiction on stage.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get back to Disney. Now, how did you meet this young woman?
From heroin to Disney.
How did I? Meet
I feel
her?
like they're copacetic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean,
It's the heroin of the masses. Continue.
there we go. That's a way to put it.
I like it. And D23 is going to be shooting it straight into your veins.
See, she got to go to that. Like
Oh, the launch or whatever.
Like the whole D23 thing she got to go to.
I was gonna say, are you ripe over there?
Sheesh. Go ahead.
I made sure I showered before this. Did you not?
I never showered.
That a girl.
I almost didn't shower. You know what I opted for instead of the shower was a nap.
Yeah. And then he's like, well, it's taking him a bit. I'm gonna
Yeah,
take
when
a
you guys
shower."
called, I was like, I guess I have time now.
And then he was still putzing around. I'm like, get in the freaking shower.
Well, he didn't have to put much clothes on after, obviously.
I know.
So
I'm just kind of a gross dude, so I just don't really worry about this.
Yeah.
Yuck. So D23.
yeah, we're still just dancing around the topic.
Okay, how did you meet this young woman?
Do you get the online?
Damn it, Deborah.
Do you get the Disney Plus for free because you're dating her?
Well, so she got like some special offer because she got to go to D23, and then her dad was like, "No, don't take it." And then it's because he ended up buying it, so now their whole family has it, and I'm sitting here like, "Where's my access to?" Okay, so
I need to get it.
it's a little disappointing, but
It's not out yet.
No.
but November.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, so junior high.
What? You go that far back with her?
we've
Well,
been
that's only
together-
like 3 years ago.
Not
Oh,
quite.
mhm,
But yeah, so junior high, just basically one day at lunch, I was an idiot, grabbed her ID, and because you need an ID to get through the line faster.
I see.
And I was a dumb teenage kid, and I didn't bring my ID. And I saw a girl with a cold lunch, so I took hers, and she tried to hold on to it, and then she ripped her finger open, and I came back to apologize, and she was gone because she went to the nurse's office. So for one, people yelled at me like, "Pitra, why'd you do that?" So then for like a year, she thought my name was Pitra. And then she glared at me every time I saw her. And then when we were in French class a year later, I apologized. And then she became my best friend. And then high school, we started dating. And yeah, so yeah, in December, it'll be 6 years for us.
Wow.
Would she say mean things like Petra's puny peener?
No, not quite.
Nothing like that?
She wasn't
Does she have a scar
aggressive,
from her
no.
cut?
I don't like she did. I don't think she does anymore. But like it actually like it was like the clip caught her finger and like there was a little bit of a gash. Like I felt like a bad person. And
You know what I was just realizing was how
Gage.
we all are having our mics pointed so that we can see our whole faces. And you were the only one that was like, let me...
I love
Is that
covering up
better?
my face so then I don't have to see it on the camera.
Yeah, and I
I
love...
just don't think twice about it.
well,
not
I just
hearing the
wasn't. Yeah, I
audio.
wasn't really worried about
I'm
it.
used to radio. You have the mic coming
Well, yeah,
because the
okay.
receiver's like on the side of the mic, you know. So just like my brain.
This is like pirate radio.
Many.
You're like that guy from the show.
I know. That's all I think of now.
Okay, so you slice her open, as is prison life.
Right.
6 years.
Yeah.
And then 6 years.
So yeah,
of-
now almost 6 years we've been together. So
Is she gonna stay in California? You think?
well, so that's the thing is it is an internship right now, and then they can offer to extend like her internship another 6 months. Either way, her her lease is until next June, so she's gonna be out there until at least then. And I know that she's in love with it, and so
Fuck
I'm going there at the end of the month to visit her, and I've never been out there.
freaking love California.
Well, it's going to be a sales trip for her. She's just going to be the entire time like, see, it's pretty. See, it's nice.
Yeah,
like, just
yeah.
trying to get me to move out there.
Well,
when
you
you
shouldn't,
going
like,
next month?
I'm going, I think the 26th is when I leave, and then I come home on the 2nd
We're
of
going out the
October.
13th. 13th through the 18th.
Okay. Yeah.
We're
and
going to
then-
Disneyland for the Halloween thing.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to go to Disneyland, and I get to see that finally, and then I get to see LA. And see, I really hate traffic, though. Like,
I
a
know.
lot.
I won't drive out there. I have such bad
Like-
anxiety. I make this guy drive. I can't even look at the road.
Like,
I wonder if
I
it's
like
because
a
you
long
you're in a
drive.
rent a car.
People are aggressive.
Very aggressive.
Well, see,
and
like,
we're
yeah.
Minnesota nice here where I like put my blinker on like, oh, thank
Although
you. Out there.
when I got back from there, I was like, I kind of want to drive like them. And now the road is
well,
my
then,
road.
then you own
Yeah.
the road. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Very cool.
So you can tell people here who have lived in other states because they are the aggressive drivers that you get angry at. What?
What if you... I just imagined driving like that, right? Getting pulled over by a cop, and you roll down your window, and he goes, that wasn't very nice.
I saw you
Drive
cut that lady
nicer.
off.
That's the whole interaction. And you're like, oh, well, are you going to think about it? Have a nice day.
Now you go apologize to Doris because you cut her off.
Op. Op. I do that all the time.
Sorry?
Whenever I'm,
Sorry about that.
I'll just go to the next exit. That's
Let me
fine.
just-
That's
Oh, I'm
fine.
sorry. I missed. It's okay. It's okay. You go on ahead. It's okay.
Let me just squeeze right by you here.
There's
like a very gravelly.
There's some Hispanic ladies that work at the place that I work, and they
they
don't
from
respond to the right. You know, like you're walking down the hallway, and right. So we'll do it at each other.
Mm-hmm.
Right, the smirk and no teeth because we don't want to seem aggressive.
Just the.
But when
slightest
I do
amount.
that to them, it's
Well, do you know what your face looks like when you smile? I can't.
Hello.
Even. I'd look away too.
It's like you star in
You
the
look like
Joker.
the guy
next
called
month.
Lizard with a beard.
Do it again. Do it again.
You look like the Joker.
Yeah, it's scary.
I do have a wide mouth.
Yeah.
You do. You look like
It
the
might
guy
be
in-
better if you do smile.
You know what I do?
I don't want
do
to
to
seem
some
aggressive.
I will do this to some people because remember Gene,
Yeah.
this guy that I used to work with, like would bring it up to a 10 instead of just the, you know, the thing. He would go.
That'd be better.
I do that to some people,
You gotta scare-
and
you
they
gotta
do
scare
the
someone off.
yikes eyebrows. The
Yeah.
Do
Where-
it again.
where that's-
Look at me and do
Yeah,
it.
that's just the fissure, like the
just
physical
imagine,
OGs.
you know, keys are jangling, right? You're coming down the hallway. I'm coming down the hallway.
You look like Bruce from Finding Nemo.
Hello.
My name's Bruce. Hello, Bruce.
You're an inspiration to us all, mate.
Do it.
You just asked me to do it again. I do it all the time. There's like 3 people that I do that at.
Oh, your brother.
No. This
My face hurts from laughing.
right. That's the normal one.
Okay.
And then
You do
there's
the
and
eyebrow
then
thing too.
sometimes
I don't even.
little up. But then there's the I'm in a hurry. I want to convey. Yeah, that's the one. It's a movement too. I do the things that I make sure that.
You really gotta emphasize.
Yeah. So, anyways, back to D23.
I know. How did we get onto this?
So
It
she's
happens.
bringing you out to Burbank for a sales pitch.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, God, that's such a rad.
Did
I
you-
wish
did you-
someone
did you
was
do the-
like, let me convince you to move to California.
It's costs so much goddamn money.
So
You know what
expensive.
you know what I always say, Ethan?
Even like being a nurse, like I was looking at nursing jobs out there, and it's still not like it's as much as I would get paid here, but the cost of living here is significantly less than out there.
Right.
So it's like,
What I always say is my second biggest mistake in life was leaving my family to move to California, and my first mistake was not leaving my family sooner to
To
move
go
to
to California. Yeah.
it's so funny.
That's really dark, man.
I know.
You must
He
be
would-
a comedian.
He doesn't even know where and how to pay our bills. He wouldn't make it very long out there.
Yeah, but I mean, there's so many boxes and sleeping bags out there. That'd be fine.
It's true. Yeah.
You know,
Just
Get
go
a-
live in the
you can
woods
just
because
get a
I've
job
discovered
at-
there's woods out there.
Oh.
there are.
Because that's
Yeah,
what-
and also
Yeah, she tells me that
cougars.
all the time. so.
Hypodermic needles.
Ugh.
That
That's
too.
Sick. Do you have a college degree?
Not yet.
You're in college right now?
Yeah.
That's how young you are?
I mean, I'm 22. So.
Okay. What are you getting a degree
I was just
in?
dumb for a while. So.
Well, that's okay.
I still am
I
dumb.
flunked
but
out of my first year of
I'm-
college.
Yeah, see, yeah, score.
Yeah.
Go us.
I didn't withdraw from my classes either. I just didn't go. I thought it would just
Yeah.
disappear.
Wow.
Yeah. And then when your GPA is like 1.2, it's really hard to get back into college. They're like, what happened there? I just-
Yeah. Even still, like, so I did a couple years at community college, and I did really well there. But even still, when I'm like,
that was good.
so even still, when I'm like looking at other schools and I'm applying, they're like, yeah, but there's this little bit here where you didn't do shit, and I'm like, yeah.
That's what you gotta say. My mom was sick.
No, you be honest with them. They'll be more receptive, dude. I
No,
was on the phone.
I was trying to take care of my mom. Sorry, I moved back in with them so that I could take care of her.
I was on the phone with some guy
My
from some other
mom
school,
must
and
have
he's
been really
like,
sick 'cause
"So
she still
why
has me at her
does
house,
the
so."
first part of your transcript basically say that you were in Madagascar for?" And I was like,
Because I was in
"Well,
Madagascar.
honestly, like,
Wait a second.
For real?
Did that dude?
that dude works at 420 University, dude. And like, honestly, all we do is like smoke pot and stuff. But
I
like,
can't stop sweating. Can you grab me one of those?
You are so ADD.
Well, it doesn't look like
Nobody
that
can
hat
finish
has
a
great
finish a
ventilation.
goddamn story.
Okay, well,
I
remember
wanna,
when I was like D23, and then you were like, "Speaking of the traffic,"
Well, because I'm trying to
fucking jumped all over the place.
figure out him moving out there, what he would do career wise.
Yeah, can you grab me a pony?
Please.
Thank you.
My little pony, my little pony.
See, I never watched that.
I never watched it either, but I've heard it's pretty good. Patton Oswalt loves that show.
Does he?
Yeah.
Chris
Well,
is
he's been on it.
Chris is a
Well,
brony
It's
over
'cause
here.
His daughter loves that show too.
Yeah, and then he was like, "Well, let me ruin this for her." I wonder if she'll grow up and be like, "My dad was in everything that I loved, and he would ruin it."
I mean, he's even in Secret Life of Pets now.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true. You know why? Because he did not come on his own tum-tum.
What?
Because Louis C.K. was the
He
guy
might
who
have,
was in
though. He
Secret
looks
Life
like the
of Pets.
kind of guy that would come on his own tummy, but
but he's
in
like-
the privacy of
Oh.
his
Yeah,
own.
there
He's
you go.
very much like a justice-centric kind of guy, though.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, for sure.
Okay, what are you getting your degree in?
Communications.
Oh, okay. You can
So,
get
yeah.
a job out there.
Yeah, because then I can use that in way too many things, and I still don't have to be decisive. So,
yeah.
I'm just
You can work at Disney with that.
prolonging making actual life choices. by
Ha-
getting
have
a
you
communications
seen-
degree.
Have you seen the show Love?
I don't think so.
Christopher,
I've heard
your
of
hair
it.
is ridiculous right
Yeah,
now.
it does look kind of funny.
What?
There's like
happening?
a riptide going through
Oh
it.
no, something happened up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I had it figured out. Let me.
I was gonna take a picture of it.
Anyway, so you guys keep talking.
Can you crack that window?
Cracks the window. You're just repaying the favor.
Yeah, I mean, he literally did the exact same thing.
You showered so I can touch
There's
your
a paddle
butt.
there. I mean,
Oh yeah.
Ooh. Yummy.
easy.
Ooh.
There was a little bit of force behind that.
You hit
yeah.
because for the bit, you know, you actually went in on that.
I didn't do it that hard. Did it hurt?
I mean, my balls were back
Yeah,
a
you
little
hit the
bit.
satchel.
Oh.
Got a smidgen of the coin
Hit him
purse.
right in the seat.
How does it look now?
Much
It's
better.
acceptable.
I mean, there's still,
There's
Oh,
still a
you're
little
fine.
bump,
You're
but
fin going,
You're
but
fine.
That was the most Minnesotan response.
know.
Oh, you're fine.
Oh, you're fine.
don't worry about it.
Oh gosh.
Oh. What is that? Somebody goes, "Oh, I'm sorry," and you're like, "Oh, you're fine." That's like the passive aggressive. In your head, you're like, "I'm gonna go home and tell my whole family about this."
Yeah.
But when it happens, "Oh, you're fine." Just
Yeah, I always say don't sweat it. That's my
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
And then in my brain, I'm like, fucking sweat it, man.
You know what I've been using a lot is absolutely. I don't know why, but just absolutely, no problem. Yeah, just absolutely. I don't know why. That's just my thing now. I say that way too much.
absolutely all the time.
he
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, because it's a very strong way to convey that you agree or are okay with what's
Yeah, yeah.
happening.
Unequivocally.
Yeah, like no matter
That's
what
what you should
happens, this
say.
is fine.
Oh, dude, thanks, man. Dude, unequivocally, bro. Huh?
It's a way more finite seeming fine. Like that's how it feels.
I figured you are
Smart.
cute Thanos. That's what you are.
I'm cute Thanos.
Yeah.
Because I am inevitable.
Yes.
I'm inevitable.
So
and
turned on
cuddly,
right now.
like
This is
cute
insane.
Thanos.
Gosh, I think it's from the
Why don't you
paddle
two
hitting your
leave?
ass.
You two leave. We'll keep the cameras on.
Ethan and I are gonna go to Burbank. Break the news to his girlfriend.
We're
Move it.
starting a family.
If there's
You're
ever-
the
You guys can
surrogate.
adopt. You guys can adopt Chris if you want him. He doesn't
yeah.
do. I mean,
Think you can handle?
God no.
look at he's a man child.
I don't even
Good
like
looking
want a
man, child.
cat. I want a dog, but I don't even want a cat. So I'm thinking.
I think I wonder how hard it is to get an apartment
Caitlin
out
was
there.
looking at dogs the other day. She like sent me a picture of a dog, and the dog's name is Coach. And I was like, "We gon'
Shit.
get this dog."
Hey, is it a purse puppy? Because it's Coach.
Oh,
Turn his mic
jeez.
off.
Oh,
Turn his
that was
mic off.
good. That was good.
Turn his mic off.
Good.
No, it is a puppy though, and it's
What kind
cuter. It's like a cross between a blue
Healer.
blue healer.
That's what barley is.
A Chihuahua.
Oh.
Jesus
and
Christ.
I don't know what the third one is. Cattle dog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blue healers are they're cattle dogs.
Yeah, so it's like a combination of all three. So I think
so
it was
it's
a
gonna be
cattle
like
dog
a
blue
mini
healer.
blue healer.
Yeah,
Like
like-
barley's blue healer corgi mix.
Okay, yeah.
That sounds
So
really
like
nice.
this
Magical.
dog is adorable and his name is Coach.
Barley?
But then she was like
Barley.
What's the other?
she was like, I must. And I was like, do a report on your finances. And then she never responded to that. So
Now,
So-
Ethan, this is fun. One of my favorite things about when I have people on that have known me for a long time is for them to tell embarrassing stories about me.
You want to hear an embarrassing story about Alex, don't you?
Yes, I do.
oh, I'm sure he's got some hot fire.
You know,
ones.
I don't know why I thought of this one the other day.
As I'm itching my
It's-
bag on
It's
camera.
kind of recent, and it's not like an extensively long story. All I know is that I think it was like 2 years ago. You were in the bathroom taking a hot minute as usual, and I like went up and I knocked on the door, and all of a sudden you just screamed. And I didn't know if I like caught you in the middle of something or like it was a scary part in the porno, but all of a sudden you screamed for our mom. And I was like, this is an odd daydream, but we'll go from here. And apparently you had like a tick like in or on your ass or something like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I just remember your absolute fear at what was happening, and I was so confused because one, like, I get it, ticks suck, like, but I've never been the huge, like, very afraid of ticks person,
Yeah.
which is probably stupid because I guess
Pull
they're
that
really
mic
bad.
a little closer to your face.
Come up on the mic.
You can
Yeah,
pull
Bri-
it.
Bri- you can.
The Brian Cullen song. So yeah, and I don't know what happened after that, but all I know is our mother was assisting him with the removal of a tick from his ass. So I don't know
Where
what
on
actually
your
happened.
ass was
Dude.
it?
Yeah,
it was
that's my question. Like-
kind of in my gooch.
Oh.
Yeah, but closer to the asshole than
See,
it
because I
was
never
to-
followed up on that one because I was scared.
Did you have to lay down and change my die position?
No. no.
Did you
No,
hold
no,
your
I
front?
went full on Captain Morgan foot up on the toilet, and my mom just got down in there like, dude, it was bad. That tick was there because like I had gotten home from somebody's cabin like 4 days prior.
Yeah, that's right.
Was it a
that's
big
what it
fatty one
Yeah,
then?
it was huge. It was like fully embedded. Like,
was. Because you were super.
yeah, there was like a circle left over. Like,
Oh,
and
you
like
got
a
Lyme's disease,
divot.
bro.
No, that's what we went.
No,
to the
you have it.
We went to the doctor like 2 minutes later. Like literally.
Oh,
Yeah.
but your mom
No,
was
you
able to
have
get
it.
it out with like the head and everything.
Well,
or-
yeah. So she like had I think she had a
Well, you
lighter
know,
and
yeah.
like lit it.
Lighting
So,
goes.
and then
Oh.
she pulled all the legs out, whatever. And then we went into the.
This
Um,
gooch is on fire.
Dude, it was terrifying. Plus, like that coupled with the smell of like somebody lighting hair on fire because
Yeah.
there was
Oh.
a lot of that going on, you know. So it was just like a
and
stinky
especially
mess.
right near your like two sensitive
Seeds.
regions. Yeah.
Right.
I
It was
have-
not. It was
I'm
not
sorry.
cool.
Yeah, this isn't
I-
about you.
Oh, I love that. That's the story that you told. I also have a tick story. When I was in New York, I was taking a shower and discovered 3 ticks on my testicles.
What is up with you guys and your tender parts having ticks?
Don't you get normal spots like behind
so,
the ear?
I was terrified, and in a panic, I grabbed a razor and tried to shave them off.
Oh.
Ugh.
Which it just took their legs off, so they couldn't get out even if they wanted to. So I'm freaking out, and I tell my uncle, and his response was, "I know a doctor." You guys, it was a veterinarian. He took me to a vet's house, and then
Why don't you tell the story on stage? That's
And then-
funny.
and then she. So I have to drop my trousers and lift my shaft so that she can see, because the ticks went right on there, right where the elephant goes.
The base. Yeah.
The ticks decided to go in there, so I had to lift.
Where the root meets the soil.
Right, exactly. My tiny peen.
Well, and that's my question is, this is a vet. So they see all different sides. Did they give you like a comparison to what animal?
Yeah,
you'd
they were
make?
like, "You're a Jack Russell Terrier, is what you are." This thing is real close to the tummy. But
Okay.
so she
Did she have to use a
she was so embarrassed for me. Like her face got red. She was like, "Oh, yep, they're in there." Ooh. And like
Oh, I
was
didn't
just
know.
so bummed out for me because she knew I don't have to touch the little boy's testicles ever.
Yeah.
The fact that my uncle, that was his first, he's so
I know a
bad under
doctor.
pressure. So she got them out of there.
How'd she get him out?
She grabbed tweezers and was able to yoink him off. I was like 15, so I was freaking
She was able
out.
to yoink you off.
She yoinked me off.
Did you get hard?
And then she was like, "Now let's get rid of these ticks." No, the thing went right up into my tummy.
I know a
brutal.
doctor.
I know a
He
doctor.
wasn't wrong,
Yeah, I mean,
but wrong kind of doctor.
wrong kind of
Yeah,
doctor.
not like okay. Have you watched Better Call Saul at all? I know you
No.
haven't yet. Like
No.
you started to.
Saw the first episode.
So
I like how both of us keep slouching more and more.
Dude, that's what I do. It's a problem.
so
Yeah. Also, real quick, do you have Marfan syndrome? Because
What the hell
let's
is
see
that?
those digits again.
Christopher, why don't you let Eve?
what is
Yeah, I just have like the longest fingers on the face of the earth.
Marfan?
Marfan.
Look at how.
You're
do
so
that
double
fucking-
jointed.
Dude, I
has
can't. Okay,
weird
so I can't make my
fingers.
fingers go straight. Like I can't. I know that sounds dumb, but like no, like watch this. Watch. Okay. So like put your finger out and just put it straight. Right? See
You
how,
have
like,
a fat finger
see
there,
that?
babe.
Like see how it's
Yeah, I
like
got them
see how it's
sausage
straight,
fingers.
right? Watch me go straight. Like it doesn't. I can't do it. And then,
You're
your finger-
double jointed.
yeah, it just locks
Your
in on
finger-
the other side.
Your finger goes from have you or a loved one been affected by mesothelioma to straight into you could have had a bad bitch, independent, and like, look at that sassy
Yeah.
finger.
Yeah, I can't make my thumbs go straight
Wow.
because when I try, then I have like massive hitchhiker's thumb.
Oh, that's what
Is that what
hitchhikers
it's
do?
called?
Dude, I just get rides, bro. I just like walk outside. And I'm like, anyone?
Every
Wow.
Uber thinks that you're their ride.
Dang, that guy's thumb is crazy, bro.
Why is
Yeah.
Theo Von here?
I don't know.
Wow, look
crazy.
Yeah,
at
they're messed up. I got super long fingers though, and like really small palms. So like it just like proportionally, I'm like just not a really well put together
I just have
human
fat
being.
hands.
Yeah, now that I'm looking at myself, I'm trying to judge you, but I'm just realizing how fat my appendages
Yeah, I'm the same. Like
yours don't. But look at Chris's.
his like looks swollen.
Yeah, like my hands get
That's 'cause
stung
his
by
liver
bees
is
every
slowly
morning.
dying,
There you go, that's
starting
what it
to
is.
Swell.
And it starts as far out as can be.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be able to fit into
God,
your shoes
it's
anymore.
called
I feel like I'm
Fluid
making first
retention.
contact right now with your fingers. Good Lord. I am a child of God.
See, this is why-
He has sent me here to teach. Sorry, that's a Mormon song about
Oh.
converting the masses.
That's a Mormon song.
Tell us more stories about Alex, though. Do you have another funny one?
And now, well,
mean-
now it's Alex's turn.
To tell a story about Deeth?
Oh Christ.
He hasn't really ever like embarrassed himself. Actually, one time.
He has never. Oh, by the way.
This is my favorite story about him. Okay, so, oh my God, I don't know how long ago it was. You'll fucking know when I tell it. It had to be 10, maybe 15 years ago. I think it was 10, probably 10 years ago.
10, 15.
It is
For a
in
young
between there,
22-year-old.
right?
He's still in the womb?
No, so he at the time was like just entering like early puberty, right?
Okay.
Which is important for the
Oh,
story.
I know. what
Okay, so it's our mom's birthday, and like at one point, my dad like says something to my mom, and my dad's like really crass. He's a good human being. I don't want to like get that twisted. Like my dad's a great guy, but he's also like pretty crass, and sometimes
Yeah.
my mom is not very receptive to it. So like my dad makes some sideways comment, and then my mom like gets all worked up and
Oh,
like,
okay.
starts crying, right? And then my brother is like, you know, prepubescent Deeth, so he's just like starts throwing out, just like he's just angry at my dad, and he starts like yelling at my dad, and my dad's like, go to your room, and Deeth like storms upstairs, and like we have this balcony, right? So like we're all sitting in the family room, and the balcony's like looks down into the family room, and Deeth like walks over to the railing, and he's just like, it was supposed to be Mom's birthday, and just like voice cracked like midway through, and I laughed so hard for so long Like it just like my dad looked at me like, "Don't you?" And I was just like, it was, dude. It was. Oh my god, that was one of my favorite moments of my entire life. I think,
I gotta say though, like, so this is just kind of like weird, like in the same vein of like brotherly stuff. So like Alex is like my best friend. He's my brother. I didn't know that wasn't a thing for people.
You
so
did that like you were about to beat the shit out of him.
He's my brother. Yeah.
Do like love him.
Do like the grandpa grab where you just grab him on the back of the
grandpa
neck.
grab.
Good to see you, Sonny. Like, but no, like I didn't know that wasn't a thing for people. So whenever my mom or like even like our aunts or just family friends would be like, "Gosh, you guys are so great as brothers." I'd be like, "He like chirps me all the time. Why is that great?" But then, like, I met people as I got older that were like, "Yeah, I don't like talk to my brother." I was like, "Oh,
right."
So we are good friends." So yeah,
That is crazy.
As much as we
yeah.
do have dumb as shit stories about each other, like, hey, did you hear the part where I was saying like
that we're friends?
Yeah,
yeah, dude.
That
We
is
are.
pretty
We
sweet.
actually are. Like,
I'm fucking cute.
That's like my
like he
younger
texted me
brother.
this morning. Was like, "Good news. I don't have to work tomorrow." So we
Yeah,
can,
that
and I
was
was
sick.
like, "This just made my whole day."
Hell
Aw,
yeah,
that's
dude.
so cool.
Yeah, someone took my shit for tomorrow, and I was like, "Fucking yay!" Like I was so happy.
Yeah.
Like,
Hell
so we
yeah.
can chill pop tomorrow, which is sweet.
we can watch sport ball.
Yeah. It's weird. Like when we were younger.
We didn't care that much about football.
Oh, that's not at all where I was going.
You
with
got a
that, but-
lot of bourbon.
Yeah,
to
I'm
go,
just
by
taking
the
like
way.
real easy, because like I don't.
He
Well, I
doesn't
mean,
want to
I
turn
don't know how
yellow
much
like
longer
you.
I want to podcast with you guys, so you should probably drink more.
Fair. Okay. Okay. Well, all right. Well, let me finish the story and then
Yeah,
I'll
you
just
finish
get
the
it going.
story.
But when we were younger, like it didn't seem like weird. You know what I mean? Like we used to just hang out just because we were available. You know. And then what happened is like I went to school and we like barely got to see each other, and that was a huge bummer. And then when I had to move home because I was a bad purse in in college, and then he left for school, and I was like, God, this sucks horn, you know. And then he moved home, and then we were just like, all right, we're gonna hang out all the time. Yeah. And that's what we do now.
Is it just the two of you?
Yeah. Yep.
Just the two. Okay.
Yeah.
Chris is really close to his younger brother.
On the way up here, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Crazy. That's like me and my younger brother. He's like the male version of me. Like we have the same interests, but he's pretty cool. Or he's probably cooler than I am. But I have an older brother. I don't talk to him, so that's where it's interesting. Like it's not that I don't like him. It's just like we're so different. Like he's really into anime and he's super nerdy, which is fine. Like he's like that, but like we've never been really close. But then my younger brother and my older brother doesn't have kids and all that, and where my younger brother does, so we can at least relate in that level.
Anyways, back to D23.
Is that what this one's gonna be?
Can I just say one thing? I am so excited about Lizzie McGuire. I was talking about this. Who was I talking to?
Did you think that he was going to be psyched too? You looked
No,
at him
but we're
like,
talking about
aren't you just
D23.
fucking jazzed?
No, who was I talking? I posted on Facebook back when they talked about having this. I'm like, I really hope they have Lizzie McGuire on there. And then she announced that they're doing a whole new reboot.
Yeah, when
I did
found out
it. It
about
was
that,
because
I
me
like,
and Hillary Duff are
really?
besties, and she saw it, and she's like, I need to do this for Kim.
Well, that's groundbreaking news if you and Hillary Duff are
Mm.
besties.
I do follow her on Instagram. She doesn't follow me back because she doesn't want me to get a lot of followers, and then it gets complicated.
right.
How
yeah,
sweet of
yeah.
her.
I feel that. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
She's just
Yeah,
thinking of me.
yeah, that's why like
used to
all the
think
big
that-
streamers don't follow me because they
Yeah.
want me to get famous and make
I
money
know.
too.
I know.
Dude, you are going to be, polo shirt, khaki pants, 3 kids. You know, kids will be kind of rambunctious and you'll be like, hey, guys, guess what? They're like, what, Dad? Uncle Alex is coming. Oh, my
Yeah,
God,
that's
Uncle
pretty much
Alex is
it, yeah.
coming. And then he'll come in, with his one kidney.
And a walker
Just-
at 38.
Yeah, like gimp ass Uncle Alex. All right, kids, careful! Don't want to hurt him again. Like,
Things fall out
Remember
of
what
his
happened
pocket,
last
Uncle
time.
Alex.
His fake
No.
eye fell out.
Comedian Uncle Alex will be
Yeah,
in
there we go.
town.
Well, and
Right?
that's so he and I have talked about this like a few times, and I keep trying to encourage him to
I
do
don't
it.
know
But
what
like,
we're
I feel like it'd be
talking about
fun to do kind of like how like Lucas Bros, you know? They,
Oh.
like, do
Yeah,
that. But I
yeah.
think it'd be fun to do like us two on stage
tag
together.
team
Yeah.
back again.
Do it
Just
at
'cause, like, we have-
Tuesday night open mic.
Yeah, I mean, we have like a good back and forth. I feel like it's something we should explore.
Did you do theater or
No.
anything like that? Oh,
I kind of want.
you have
to,
like a
but I
theater
didn't.
presence.
Yeah. Well, he's a
Not like in a
he's
bad way, but
He's
like
got like both of us have this issue, and I wouldn't even really call it an issue. Our mom would definitely call it an issue, though.
Chlamydia.
We like dinner time when we were kids was like,
true.
it was like our one time that we could just like be super rambunctious. It was very weird. Like I would get out of my chair at the dinner table and like tell stories with like all these actions or whatever, and my mom would just be like, "Will you just sit on your chair and eat your food?" Like that's all I ask, you know? And then it became like this competition between the two of us, which was like, who can tell the story that's going to make Dad laugh?
Because getting
like,
Dad to laugh.
Right.
I mean,
So it was just like constantly us trying to like sharpen our ability to tell stories. Because like I'd be in the middle of a story and my dad would be like, "Hey, this is a bad story." Be like, "Cool, Dad, thanks. All right."
I am 12.
Yeah, but like, so I don't know. I think the two of us just have such a good like rapport. Obviously, we're brothers, but I just think like
My brothers and I actually went through very similar. Who could make that? Like, our oldest brother gave up, and he just wanted to, skate for Vans footwear, and
I thought you
listen
meant
to the Weezer Blue album.
the vehicle.
But the rest of us were like, we're gonna fucking make this piece of shit laugh.
You can't
whether
call
it
your dad
ruins dinner or not.
I called my dad a dick the other day. So
Yeah, I was gonna say you say it in the way that you're like
It's an endearing
the
kind
son of
way.
a so and so.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
You're trying to do something that makes them happy,
Yeah.
but you can't pull it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I still don't know that I've ever made my dad actually laugh.
See, that's why I want
It's
to son,
tough.
so I can make
It's
him
so
feel
tough.
disappointed in himself.
I mean, he's
That's why.
just he's a tough egg to crack, that one.
Yeah.
And then the problem is like he thinks like his stuff is funny and his stuff is
pretty funny.
have you tried using the N-word?
no, he doesn't like that. But
You're a nerd, Tom.
yeah, got him.
You're a Nazi.
But but he does like say like he's a moron. It's like the Orange Power Ranger thing. Like
Oh,
you
okay,
know
yeah.
that story,
Oh,
the
yeah,
Orange
yeah,
Power
yeah,
Ranger,
yep.
Right? Like he sent me a picture
Oh,
of the
that's
Orange
right.
Power Ranger on like International Power Rangers Day. Like he sent us a picture of the Orange Power Ranger, like the whole family, and was like, "Happy International Power Rangers Day. Love the OP." Oh wow! Like he's like witty and quick like that.
That's
Like
very good.
He so Harry Truman, former President Harry Truman,
Yeah.
doesn't have a middle name, right?
It's just,
His name is just Harry S. Truman, right?
yeah, that's his actual name. His middle
Oh,
His middle name is the letter
yep,
S,
yep.
right?
That's right.
And so my brother was like trying to be all trivia cool and was just like, "What's Harry Truman's middle name?" And my dad was like, "Balls." And, like,
and then he cried laughing for
he
like
literally
a good
thought it was
30
so
minutes.
funny, and now he'll just like send us a picture of Harry Truman, like just like out of nowhere. Like
I like that. That's
he's
funny.
so funny. He's like it's
God
it's
damn
hard
it.
because like he'll eventually every once in
Die.
a while he'll be
Yeah,
like,
he's
"I'm gonna
gonna
get on
do that.
stage." And like I'm gonna tell my own jokes, and I was just like I rue that day. Like as soon as he does that, I'm quitting comedy because like
Yeah.
he's gonna be the funniest Pitra, and then like where do I go from there? You know. And I can't tell if he's serious about it.
I will
but-
say though, like my personality, like even more so over the years, has aligned with his so much.
with
like,
dads, yeah, it's terrifying because like if one of you gets on stage, you'll immediately be funnier than me. But so just like don't, please.
That's why I can't go up because I know I'll be funnier
Right,
than Chris.
right.
So I just got to keep it to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris is
Although
going
I
to
don't
anyway,
smile
Chris
like this.
is going to yell at you pretty loud later.
That's why there's no kids here.
Ooh. I thought maybe it was because you guys were trying to get some alone time.
No, we were just too lazy to go pick them up, and then we're like, yeah, we don't want to pick them up this morning either.
You have the greatest children ever, though.
They're pretty rad. I was gonna say,
Yeah, Landon's like,
all
come
of my
pick me up. I want to go home. And Chris is like, your sister interrupts our podcast all the time.
Well,
She
no, no,
walks
no.
in-
Okay, hold
He's like,
on.
she can watch the iPad in my room. We're like, no, she'll still come in here like 8 times.
Stop.
What?
That makes it sound like we value this podcast more than our children.
We don't.
And
No,
I
no.
won't stand for it. What really
They're
happened
spending
was-
quality time with grandma and grandpa before they go on vacation.
So Brandon grabs the phone from my grandma, my mom, not my grandma. And
My grandma.
he says, Dad, I want to come home. I'm like, you just want to come home and play your fucking video games. And he goes, well, yeah.
I was like, no, just go play, like do things with grandma and grandpa. I'm not gonna. He holds up in that room and plays video games.
Did you see the video of Layla picking the apples out of the tree on your dad's shoulders?
That sounds really
It's
cute.
really
No, I
cute.
didn't see it
That
yet.
sounds cute.
Every now
Every now and then I fall apart.
See, and I was trying to get over.
You know what's hard about
son of a bitch.
you know what's hard about having the cameras is you can't sneak text anymore.
Yeah,
like, I
that's
used to
right.
do that all the
Care,
time.
Okay.
I mean, I care, but
Yesterday, I made my dad laugh.
You
Making
did?
my mom laugh is the easiest thing.
Oh,
It's the
yeah.
most fulfilling thing.
His
Yeah.
mom will laugh at everything. Like it could be like you getting hurt and she'll just laugh. Like she
if
can't help it.
If I feel bad about myself, or if I'm like feeling vulnerable or insecure, like a fraud, I'll just like tell my mom a joke just so that I
Just
can like
make Darcy
revalidate.
laugh.
Like,
Yeah,
oh, I'm hilarious. Duh.
So my parents want to get Nightmare Before Christmas stuff for their boat. And
Because they do a boat parade 4th of July. So we're talking about doing Nightmare Before Christmas next year.
And my mom goes, "Do you know where we could find a huge Sally?" And I said, "Dad's a huge Sally." And I heard him laughing in the background. I was like, "Yes!"
Score.
That's super funny.
That was really
Oh,
funny.
man.
And that's like the perfect, like, dumb, fun
yeah.
joke.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Why is Sally like the chosen name? So it's like, quit being a Sally.
I
Like, why
know.
is like,
Well, I don't know.
don't be
I could
such
be
an
wrong.
Angela.
Well, like a pansy. Did you know that pansy's actually a flower?
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you
so
not know Pansy was
Yeah,
a
you
flower?
dumbass.
Did you
Jeez.
think you were going to reveal that to us?
Guess what? I just learned
Yeah.
today that
pansy's
pansy's
a
a
flower.
flower. What? And I have a vagina.
So first of all, go fuck yourself. Second of all, yeah, I did think that.
I was
and
today's
was I
years
wrong?
old.
Absolutely.
Dude, we're 45 years old. We know
You're
all
not
of the flowers.
that. You're not that.
I don't, because I'm today's years old
What do
when
you
I
like?
found that out.
You're 30.
Two.
That is a
Damn it,
good bit.
Deborah.
I was gonna say 31, but 32.
Thank you.
And then
Bless.
you're.
32.
Oh, I
You
thought
don't
you
look
were.
a
I thought
day
you were
over
only 30.
17.
You thought I was only 30? Hot
Yeah.
dog.
Quit trying to fuck me and my wife, even, because
30? No, I'm actually older than Chris.
We
I'm
don't
2 months older than him.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Well, I knew you were more mature than him, but I didn't think you were older than him.
Yeah. Rob the cradle. 2 years older, or 2 months older.
okay. Ethan, have you decided which 3, 2, 1? Now we have the actual Schnack video that plays.
That's right.
So that little girl runs across the
Right.
screen and is like,
There's a Schnack video.
Yeah, just get over
What?
yourself. And
yeah, you'll see it. You'll see it eventually.
I'll see it eventually.
So it's either mango habanero, which it sounds interesting, or urban garlic.
Sounds like diarrhea.
I mean, this just sounds kind of like a normal chip. So
Yeah.
try that.
Diarrhea Jane.
Yeah, I mean, basically.
I'll
So-
open it. Do you want me to read it, Chris?
Yes, please.
Deep River Snacks, because we give a chip.
You said
Oh.
that like a Minnesotan.
Yeah.
Deep River Snacks.
Oh yeah,
'cause
we
give
take
a
our
chip.
time to perfect every recipe. If this isn't the best bag of chips you've ever had, let us know. We only
don't want
we
that.
use only real ingredients. No funny business here. We give back by donating 10% of our profits to charities that have personally affected us, which is my son. He's one of the. Let me finish.
That was
Which
funny.
is my son. Is one of the many whose life may depend on getting an organ donation in the future. Which is why we support the Chris Klug Foundation and their work to promote life-saving organ and tissue donation. Damn it.
I hate when you laugh at hilarious shit and find out it's tragic later.
No, that's why you wouldn't let me finish it.
Oh my
But her
God.
son may need that. She's saying like
No, I know.
her son doesn't have an issue right now, but in the future he probably will. So I need those organs and those tissues.
Damn.
Okay. Okay, we're just gonna try this. It's made in Deep River, Connecticut.
All right.
I'm
Ready?
sorry.
Dude, one time. You want me to do it?
Well, you make it seem like you can tear it here, but that's
No, it's just-
fake. It's just for looks.
Dude,
So,
you've gone full
one-
ASMR there.
One
for a
time,
second.
I'm listening to the radio. So what we do, by the way, is we grab a couple for yourself. Don't
Smell
fucking
it.
eat
Don't
them yet.
eat it.
Don't eat
I mean, you're
dude.
gonna eat them.
Fix your fucking face.
I love it.
I
I
like it.
love it.
I think it looks very cool.
I think
You
it's
look
stylish.
like a redneck chef.
I look like the guy who plays
Redneck
the
chef.
D-bag in Big Fat Liars. So
And this is
yeah.
gluten free. Just so you know.
Well, I love that.
So I was listening to the radio one time, and these kids
just
are
smells like a
singing
kettle chip.
Christmas Carol, and I fucking hate Christmas music. And then I hear, and the singing stops, and I'm laughing hysterically with my friend in the car. And then it's a dead serious 75 children have been murdered by gunshot. I was like, ooh.
Oh, you piece of shit.
It was like, I'm a horrible person.
All right, they smell like regular kettle
Yeah.
chips.
they do,
Legit.
but
Ooh.
Ooh.
you know what? There is that like on the back end. You get the mango, but on the front end you get the spice.
Yeah.
Like it smells
Yeah,
like
I'm
peppers
into
up
it.
top.
Ethan,
Smells
thoughts?
like a chip.
Ah.
I like how you
interesting.
described that.
Hey, thanks for participating.
No, it almost smells more like barbecue chippy.
I was thinking the same
yeah,
thing.
Yeah. Okay.
I think
Three.
that's the
Are
kettle
we gonna
chip
try
in
it?
there.
3, 2, 1. Oh shit, that's good.
What, dude?
These are delicious.
I wanted to eat these this whole
What,
time.
dude?
My mouth is salivating at the thought of another chip.
You just had a mouth orgasm.
Wow.
Holy mother of God. Can I see these quick?
Yeah.
Where'd you get these?
We bought them at Marshall's.
Hey, folks. Purchase your Deep River Snacks mango habanero flavor kettle cooked potato chips, not only because they're delicious, but because you're supporting a great cause. Go to Marshall's today and get yourself a bag, while also supporting safe, probably not safe, but life-altering and positively affecting organ transplants. These are awesome.
This might be the best snack
I don't
we've
know that
had.
one we had with Missy with the cheese on the cracker.
I know, but this is just
Cheese
straight out of the
cracker
bag
thing?
Yeah.
good.
Dude,
That's
this is fire.
There's no nuts.
Oh, it's like perfectly spicy too. Where you like you know you're gonna have some digestive issues later, but it's like it's not one that
You
you're
know,
like,
honestly, too, 18 chips as a serving size is only 140 calories. That's not
We all
bad.
don't have EIBS like you, though. Erratic, irritable bowel syndrome.
I do have that. It's wild.
I wish I had irritable.
Can I tell you guys a poop story quick?
Is that why you're so
Please, please,
skinny?
please.
Is because you poop all the time? Because my sister-in-law is like really, really skinny and she poops all the time.
Okay. Maybe.
Is that why
I
Jamie
don't
Lee
think that
Curtis
that's
is so
right.
skinny? Because she's regular thanks to Activia?
Yeah, she watched
a good
she
fucking
watched
joke.
one commercial with Jamie Lee Curtis and was like, I'm gonna get my life on track. And then
That fucking yogurt tastes bomb too.
see, like I feel like the two of us could do kind of like that Jeff Ross.
Yes,
fucking-
bumping mics.
Yeah,
vibe.
like bumping mics kind of style thing where like we give each other shit, we also just say things and then hop on the joke
Oh,
and then
have you had a super flavory one?
yeah. Yeah, I picked one out special.
Almost has like a banana taste too.
Oh, don't say that. No, I don't
I
like them as
look
much.
into the bag for all chips that I eat,
Yeah.
and I pick out the most seasoned ones, and I do this.
Oh wait, no, this one.
Yeah, the fold over ones are always a
I,
solid.
and
He's
I
right.
put the most seasoned aspect on my tongue first.
Wow.
That way you can get a true experience.
Okay, go ahead,
Right.
finish here.
Well, okay. So
Finish.
the other day, I went out to
Swedish.
lunch.
Where'd you go?
It's called El Azteca. It's in Plymouth. It's
What'd you order?
Do they serve Russian food?
you moron. It was really good. I got a burrito.
Wanna share it? We'll split it.
One drink a day, Chris.
We'll split it.
Give me that water.
It was really, really, really good.
Keeps
like
the
I
liver
loved
okay.
it. But I had a burrito San Jose, which I'd never had before.
Ooh.
What?
Which yeah,
I don't know.
I'd never been to a place that had burrito San Jose on the menu. If that makes
What
sense.
is that?
What is burrito San
So
Jose?
it's chicken and beef, but it's not ground beef.
Mm.
It's like shredded beef. So it's chicken and beef in a burrito with rice and all the fixins, and then cheese on top. And I was like, this is gonna be delicious.
Like queso
Queso.
cheese.
Queso.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
gosh.
it was
That
fire.
sounds really good.
So I ate that in like 12 minutes. And then went back to work, and then sat down at my desk, and I was like, oh no, like I forgot my key at home. So like I can't get in and out of the building, and like I know I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom because like I have IBS, So I was like, okay, what do I do here? So then I left the office, right? And I was pulling out of the spot with my car, right, to go home. And I sideswiped my coworker's car, right? Or I thought I did. But I also have like really screechy brakes. So I was like, maybe it was just that. And like, it's just the reflection of the sun. I'm like going full manic guy, right? I'm like, this is the sun, there was no way that was me. So I like bail out of there and like I have to go home. So I get home and I basically just like crapped and peed, but like both of the same consistency. It's just literally it's the weirdest sensation. I can't recommend it enough. It is wild, like it was so weird. So I did that whole news and then I like wiped and I was like, whoa. And then I wiped again and I was like, sheesh. And then I took all my clothes off and took a shower. And then I got all my work clothes back on. And then I grabbed my key and I went back to work and I was like, I better check on my coworker's car just to make sure that I didn't hit it. And then I like walked up and like ran my finger down the like side of his car and I was like, that's my paint. So I like called him instantly and like he came outside and I was like, dude, I just want to let you know, like, totally hit your car, dude, and like not happy about it, but also like I'll do whatever it takes, man. I'll pay for it. And he was like, okay. And then we like walked over and like wiped off his car and there was like no scratches or whatever. It was literally just like paint rubbed off. And then here comes the EIBS, right?
EIBS?
Yeah. So in, I think, like, response to not being stressed anymore, my body was like, let's poop again. And then, like, literally, so, like, 20 minutes apart, I just had this, like watery...
Did you have to go home again?
Like, no, but it was like, like the company named Lumber Liquidators?
Yeah.
Like, that was what I did out of my butt. Like, that was the best way to describe it. It was really just Lumber Liquidators. Like, I sat on the toilet. And, okay, so here was the best part of the whole story. And, oh, my God. I don't think I'll ever forget this. And, like, even if something happens and I, like, resent, the moments there. I love the company I work for, so I'm not saying that. But I will never forget this. I'm on the toilet, and I am, like, putting in work. Like, just your boy is killing it right now. And the guy next to me, like, I got a whiff of it, and I was like, sheesh, And then the guy next to me, like, I could tell it had finally traveled to the stall over. And the guy hadn't made a noise. And we were sitting next to each other like 10 minutes. Guy hadn't made a noise the whole time. And then, like, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he's like, and I was like, uh-oh. And then he stood up and turned around and faced the toilet and was, like, dry heaving for, like, a couple minutes. Like, into his own doing, And I was like, dude, I can never order a burrito San Jose again. It was bad. It was bad news, man. So, like, I guess, like, moral of the story is, like, if you're going to order a burrito, order one with a name that is actually in Mexico. Because, like, we Americans make
Oh, my God, you fucking broke me, dude.
Oh, I'm glad. I needed to get one decent story in today.
God damn it. Ooh.
That actually all happened, too.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah,
all within like an hour. Like, it was not. It was a weird hour.
Dude, my face hurts.
That's so gross.
Yeah, it was brutal.
That's so gross.
Yeah.
Oh, holy shit. Okay. Oh, my God. I gotta take a break.
You're gonna think
Dude,
about
are
this
you
story.
that tiger from Aladdin, by the way?
Dude, I have Raja?
Yeah.
Diamond in the rough. He knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I didn't want to be the
Oh, that's good. That was really good.
That's
Chris
one of the
hates
few.
Aladdin.
That's one of the
I
few
hate the
deep
new
voice
one. I don't
impressions
hate it.
that I
That's
can
not
do.
good.
Chris hates it.
He's really good at impressions. He's really good at certain impressions. I'm really good at the other ones, which is also why I feel like he and I were like thinking about. Actually, you may be able to get in on this.
Don't add another thing to his list.
No, this would be a completely voluntary situation.
Look at him. Chris is already on
for
board.
Some essentially free cash.
My life is
But-
totally involuntary.
So he and I were thinking about, and actually mostly me just like volunteering his services, but I think he could make some extra cash doing this. But we're gonna start like those like
Stripping.
Fiverr. You've heard of Fiverr?
Is that yeah?
It's a
Fiverr?
website you just like people will just buy
Scraping on
your
Fiverr.
services to like do voiceover.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
But
Literally
so, like, all these
anything.
people will do like they'll start their own account and then they can only do a limited number of impressions. But he and I do very different impressions, and then you also do very different impressions. I feel like we would get a lot more traction to our page because we do so many, and then people would be like, "I need this type of voice," and then all three of us could do that voice, and they could just choose whichever one, and then we would just split it.
And then we
You
all
know,
get
like,
a cut,
Split it
$1.75
like we'd split it
each.
in half, and then the person whose voice gets used gets the half, and then the other two people, because they put in time, would get the other half split in half.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know
I
what I'm
get
saying?
that. No, yeah.
25%.
Yeah, it would be 25, 25, 50. But I
Math.
just, so that's something I think we should talk about. Maybe if that's something you'd be interested in, just to, whatever. I would run the whole thing, and then I would just be like, hey, just send me a 30-second clip of you doing a Scottish accent or whatever. But
Yeah, I mean have you heard his Scottish accent?
Probably. I mean,
I don't think
at
it's
some
very
point.
good, right? It's
No,
really
you
bad.
should. No, it's really good. You should do it again.
Oh, so it's really bad. And he
No,
thinks
it's really
fine.
bad. I don't. Crazy Scottish, right?
That's way
Because
better.
I've been working on it.
Ah.
Because you're a real dickhead. And last time I was here, you basically told me I'm a piece of shit.
I feel like it's already declined.
Yeah,
now.
it got worse as that sentence went.
Strong
But you know-
open.
Yeah.
You just gotta watch a lot of How to Train Your Dragon.
Or
That's
what
true.
I do is I just watch Train Spotting over and over and cry and poop
Oh,
and cry and poop.
Christ. Fucking train
Oh,
spotting.
you know
Those
what that
guys
is?
are
Train
fucking the
spotting.
best.
It's just a bunch of guys basically just doing heroin for a few days at a time.
No.
That's what I
There
like to
comes the
do.
heroin again.
Same.
Whenever I think
can't
about
have a-
it, what my
What's
thing is, I always like to sound disappointed in my son. That's where I go. Brandon, get out of the house. You can't be wasting away inside all day. Get out of the house. I do
You can
know.
comprehend
You do have
too many of your
well,
words.
some like a few of your accents are like so good, and then some of them are like not really that good, but they're funny because of the inflection that you throw into them.
He can't do
Consider-
British. Like his British turns Australian real quick.
Well, my Australian is actually pretty solid, but I
Let's-
can't do British either
You gotta
because
get to
because
the-
I
there's
lean
different
on the
British
Australian.
accents, though.
You know what I mean?
The only way that I can successfully do British anymore is if it's lot. Got a lot. We got to go
Yeah,
down
so
to the
like
docks
a
and,
northern. Yeah.
fucking hit the pub. Like, you know what I'm
See
saying?
folk
Yeah,
walking around with
mine
boys, and
mine
us
I
folk walking
accent
away.
it way too hard.
Yeah, wait, let's hear your British accent.
Well, so this is like North Britain, and this fucking Alex Pitra's next to me, and he's a little bit of a bitch, but he's fucking this guy, sitting here with a fucking voice upside down. Never that's about, but whatever. That's like the northern, like that's Tom Hardy's character in Peaky Blinders, basically.
Okay, yeah.
I
That's
see,
true.
I
That's
see.
true. That's true.
But
yeah.
Oh, far, good man. How are ya?
I'll see where you
That's
go.
basically-
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
Right,
so
right.
like I start a British accent, and I accent it really hard, right?
Now it's
and then
just more
eventually I'm
Australian.
like, sometimes, and you get in the with the
And then you're on the
crocodiles, and then it gets down to the Barbie.
You just gotta go with a London accent where you're just like nice and hello, how are you?
Yeah, well, see, I try to be polite, and I do my thing like this, and I'm like, Happy Christmas, Harry, and I do the whole thing, and then eventually I'm like, who wants to go to Sydney and meet some women?
Happy Christmas, Harry.
Yeah.
What I noticed both of you saying Happy Christmas. It's Merry Christmas.
Correct.
You fucking dancers.
But have you ever seen Harry Potter? And then the part where
It's
Ron
It's
Weasley,
Potter. If
Potter.
you're gonna be there. You go.
and then Ron Weasley, Ronald, is in the Gryffindor quarters, and then
The common room. He's in the common room.
the common room.
They're
That's
hanging out.
correct. And then
Yes.
he like leans over the balcony, and he's
Right.
like, he sees Harry, and Harry's like,
It is
whoa,
getting
I got presents in my previous family, and here I am again in the Australian accent. And he's
really
like,
are.
hey, I got myself
I don't
some
know how you
presents.
got there.
I've been living in the cupboard under the stairs. And Ronald is like, hey, happy Christmas, Harry. And that's like, it's probably, of all the things,
Well, it's-
probably my favorite scene in all
it's
of
pretty
Harry
right
Potter.
on, actually.
Excuse me?
I say that's pretty right on, actually.
Yeah.
Think
see,
about it.
See, what really gets me about that scene is because he says Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas.
That's exactly how an Australian would say it. They'd say happy because.
Are
they
you
have-
saying happy or happies?
Do you have happies, and are you happy about it?
Here's what I will say though. Back to the How to Train Your Dragon thing to try to learn a Scottish accent. You're stuck with what's the guy's name? Is it Hiccup? Is that his name again? Yeah. He just it's just Jay Baruchel or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's just him talking like an
Whiny Jewish
American
guy.
the entire show, and then everyone else is Scottish.
Yeah, nobody
So-
thinks about that.
Oh
Hey.
my gosh, that's so
Where
true.
did this
I didn't even think about
whiny,
this.
He's just
scrawny
like,
Jewish guy
Jeez,
come
bud.
from?
I mean, I don't know. It's like you're not Scottish at all. But
Well, I think
okay.
that's
I
the whole
didn't
bit.
even
Is
think
he's the
about that.
outcast of
Toothless.
the.
Come on, here we go.
He's the outcast. It's like that's how you paint him as the outcast because he's so much different than everyone else.
I
It's
feel
really
like,
cool
It's a
stuff.
subliminal way of being like this.
but they should have leaned.
Right,
Yeah.
They should have leaned into it more. What are those things? Those little hats called?
Yarmulkes.
Yarmulkes.
Yeah, and then they'd be like, "What? Hiccup? What have you got in your head?"
Where's this Scottish shit?
Yeah,
And he's like-
and he's like, "And
And he's like, Dad, I
I
bought a
have to go
motel.
to- I have to go to temple."
I bought a motel.
I actually have a Jewish old guy.
Yeah.
I haven't
Hit
done
me.
it in so
Hit me.
long, but we were in Jersey, and Landon had pooping problems.
So
So Alex was with you.
So I went. I took him. How old was Brandon when we were in Jersey, Kim Duke?
she checked out. She's not here anymore.
Yeah, so
Layla was she 2?
might have been 2.
No, she hadn't turned 2 yet.
Oh, she was
So Landon was
She is
4.
so cute.
Oh,
She's
geez.
just a very cute girl.
So I would do this thing when I said, Landon, do you have to poop? You gotta let the pups in the bedroom. Oh, Ivan, are you pooping?
I do that.
That's a really good accent. You know who that reminds me of? You'll know exactly who I'm talking about.
Big Mouth.
No, Stu's dad in yeah,
You're really not
Yeah,
giving me a
Stu's-
chance to know who this
Stu's
is.
dad in Rugrats.
Oh,
Oh,
you're talking.
yeah.
Oh,
He's got the accordion. He's like, "Hey, Stu, come on over here. Hit the accordion. Show us all how you do." I don't know. That was the most Scottish I've done all day.
That's
pretty.
kinda
It's pretty
true,
good
yeah.
though.
Okay, but anyway, yeah.
I'd like
See,
to
his-
come up to Kim
his-
Duke and say, Oi, I'd love to
That is
smash
good.
your box.
in my Motel 6.
Hold on, let me get out. I have to have a schmeckle of Avex. I have to get out of...
His in my opinion, his best impression is Arnold. His
Oh,
Arnold impre-
yes, I have
Yeah.
heard this actually.
I want to hear it.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna do an off the
Why?
noggin.
I don't like doing.
Wait.
He doesn't do off the or
Well,
he
no,
doesn't do
it's-
it.
I will set him up. I've done this before. Relax. Okay.
Not my
Do you
first
prefer
rodeo.
Do you prefer Wendy's or Burger King?
Burger King.
You like Burger King better?
I don't like burgers though. Like from.
Well, that's
drive-thrus,
okay.
But either
Just
way,
fast
Burger
food
King.
wise,
Yeah.
you have a preference towards Burger King rather
Probably,
than
yeah.
Wendy's. Okay.
Yeah.
So would you know what you would order at a Burger King?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
You ready?
Hi, welcome to Burger King. What can I get for you?
Hi, do you still have the crispy chicken as part of your 2 for $6 mix and match?
I'm sorry. Are you former governor of California, Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yes, but that's not my concern right now. I just need some fucking chicken.
Carol! Carol, get over here. Sorry, one more time. What?
Do you still have the crispy... God damn it! Carol, you son of a bitch. So here's what I need. I need 2 crispy chicken sandwiches and I want a medium fry, okay? Get me the fucking fries. I need them now. Go!
Do you want to hear my impression of you?
Okay, fine, go.
Carol says I do a really good. Well, you, I guess. Oh, God.
Okay, here we go. Do it.
Okay, ready? Waggle, 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 waggle. I eat sausages.
That was great.
That was pretty good. I appreciated that. That was good. I like it.
I can read and set up situations.
That
For
was
comedians. I make them
that
work
was really
harder.
good.
You know, I make you come up with your own scenarios and
What
stuff.
did you
Yes.
do
Well,
over there?
okay. So
What
you did
happened?
the last time I was on. You
You
did
got
the
gum.
you did the joke riff
That's
thing,
good. Chips,
which
but
you
makes
said
your
you weren't
mouth taste
doing
like butt.
anymore.
But
That was like a thing you stopped doing. Was like the come up with a joke right now.
Yeah. Which is the off the noggin thing.
Yeah,
Off
like
the
I
noggin?
was kind of looking forward to you presenting me with an off the noggin today.
Well, the last time I tried,
I don't
You did
want
the-
to hear it.
doing a bit that I had heard you do on stage before.
Oh.
Well,
that
and then
is
you
not
stopped
in the
it.
Spirit.
And then you stopped it, and then you said, "Okay, Chipotle," and then I actually came up with a bit on the spot.
All
and you're
right.
like,
You
"That's
did
actually a good bit."
Chipotle. You did the spooky wine store.
Yeah.
The
Oh, I
just a
love
bunch
that
of ghosts whining, or I forget how it went.
Well,
But
it was like I don't know what the hell it was called, the wine store, but like I was like pretty confident the lady that was working there was a ghost. But
yeah,
okay,
it was great.
Give
Okay,
him one.
ready?
yeah.
Did you get really
right.
boozy?
We're actually doing
Ah, I like that.
Get it? That's I used to do that to him. He used to wear glasses. I used to stick my finger
Literally underneath
between his glasses and his eye. Oh my god.
Wait, do you wear contacts?
yeah, I need new glasses though. Like I want a nice.
Well, yeah,
pair
they're
of
literally
glasses.
non-existent. So of course you
Like-
need new glasses.
No, yeah, like I have some
Got
at home,
him.
but they're shitty.
I
Yeah,
got
I'm-
you.
Okay,
I'm
now
excited for
okay,
this. I haven't done an off the noggin in a minute.
I'm excited.
okay. No, what are they called? No-show socks.
Hey,
That's
all right.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I had a
That's
girl.
my-
Alex just shit a whole.
Okay, so I wear calf highs, and
See, you wear what?
calf highs.
Oh,
right?
calf highs.
I wear calf
What do you
highs.
think he said?
I
Right?
thought you were
And-
saying cath eye, like slang for a catheter.
We're Kathy.
Sorry.
Hey, who's got a big Kathy? I could use one of those. It'd feel pretty good.
No, okay, so I wear calf highs, right?
Calf highs.
Which is fine if you're like not wearing shorts, but if you are wearing shorts, like you have to be able to have the calf, to be able to show off, like accentuate the calf high, right? Which is a problem. So I always wear long pants, but I don't wear no-show socks, and the reason for that is, and I think you guys can probably get with me on this one, when you lose your sock inside your shoe,
Oh.
and then you have that weird like MS moment, like as you're walking down the street and you're like trying to shake your fucking, and you're like going full cerebral palsy, and people are like, "What is that guy's deal?" And you're just like, "Sorry, I wore ankle highs." And then you have to like take your shoe off, and then I'm the guy who like my feet smell so bad that I'm conscious about how bad they smell inside my shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I'll get to Caitlin's house and we'll be like getting ready to go to bed early, you know what I mean? And I'll like take my shoes off and then I'm like, yikes. And then I take my socks off and I'm like, this is a biohazard. So that's why I don't like wearing like ankle high or low cut socks,
Or no-shows.
because no-shows, right? Because they always fall off my feet, and then I have that really terrifying moment of having to take my shoe off and be like, okay, everyone in here is gonna get fungus in their eyes,
Yeah.
So yeah,
And if you're
And
one
that
of those
silicone
guys,
that they have that's supposed to stick to the back of your foot, it
Yeah,
doesn't
it-
fucking work.
yeah, and also you're spending too much time trying to improve a product that's a piece of shit anyway. What's
Yeah.
the point of wearing socks if you're not gonna show off what you got on?
yeah.
You're crank.
No. Well,
Oh.
I don't like who. Okay, if you're getting the no-show socks because you're afraid of getting like blisters or whatever in your shoes, get new shoes. You know what I mean? Like, don't wear shoes that are gonna do that to your feet, because shoes are about keeping your body in good structural.
I think
form.
it's because like Toms and shoes like that,
have no arches in them.
but you also don't want to have like your socks showing because it's, so then people wear no-shows, because I have a pair of Toms I would never wear any socks in, and I tore the bottom out.
Yeah.
From
So
that.
like buy different soles, that don't.
Oh, yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Also, like I wear shoes all the time that like would look way better with no-show socks, but instead I wear full calf highs because I'm lazy and I also don't care what people think about me.
Was
Was
they
that
just go
okay?
to
That,
the
I didn't
calf?
feel like that was a joke. I just felt like
No,
more
it was
an
jokey
observation.
up until
We got pretty serious about it. Then.
Yeah,
we
until
got
we
serious
started
about
seriously
socks.
discussing.
I think you got really upset about socks. for
you
some
did
reason.
get pretty.
Well,
I mean, you still seem upset.
Well, in the
about
no-shows, like sometimes, my roommates wear no-shows, like some of them, right? And then I'll like pull the laundry out of the
And
dryer.
they get stuck in the other clothes.
Yeah, and then I'm like folding my work shirts, and then I like shake it once in like a no-show sock, and I'm like, okay, we're having a bonfire tonight, like, and I'm burning all their socks and all
And
the
you can't,
memories.
you know
of-
how you fold your socks together and
Yeah.
make the ball thing? You can't
Right.
do that with no-shows. They
No.
just fucking fall apart.
Right, and also it gets so small that you're like, is that my vitamin? No, okay, those are socks. I don't know.
I liked it.
That was good.
Thanks.
I mean,
take vitamins?
you know,
Yeah, I do. I take a
Oh.
daily multivitamin. So
take
What-
kiss my ass.
what vitamins do you take?
Just
It's
a
a
multivitamin.
Just a multi.
It's a Men's Health multivitamin. Keeps my testosterone up and my estrogen down. That way I can walk around and just fill everybody with children. Nah, that's
You
not
trying to be-
actually. None of that is accurate, by the way. It's not a testosterone booster or
What is
an
it? Is
estrogen.
it men that? No, women are fertile, right?
Both.
Both
men,
can be
men are
fertile?
the fertilizer.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Yeah. So like
But
like
you need
women
to have.
men are impotent
Mhm.
and women are what's the
Baron.
it's not it's a fertility issue but it's a
No,
word
like,
regarding fertility.
I don't know. Look at
Yeah,
me.
but you're a nurse
I-
though.
I know. Not that kind of nurse.
I know, but you
But
Okay,
also
it's like
you do know.
it's like
Infertile. You can say
Yeah,
women
yeah.
are
okay, so
infertile.
but like I don't know if men get described as infertile. I think they get described
Right.
as
I think you're
impotent.
right. Yeah.
Oh,
that's
oh
what-
which
yeah, yeah.
sounds insulting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, but like
That's only because
We're dudes.
snobby British cunts were using it back in the day. You impotent
Are
swine.
you impotent young fool?
Exactly. They would say it like,
That was good. I
like
like
the
that.
like Kermit the Frog sort
Yeah,
of
I
bubble
liked
that you
it. I
had
liked
going
it.
there. That was kind of
that's
cool.
the guy.
Is that a Kermit thing?
What?
Kermit the Frog.
I don't think I can do her.
Where's Miss Piggy? And why doesn't she come over here and hop on my lily pad?
I don't know.
Nice.
See,
You
I
can't
do
do
like
Kermit the
weird
Frog?
voices. I'm good at weird voices. I'm not good at like.
think so. I mean,
I can't do impressions of people. I can do
You
impressions
just sound
of
like
characters.
Milton from
I like
Office
that.
Space.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, like
yeah.
like my Smeagol
My
impression
Stigler.
is terrifying.
Hey.
What is it?
make me.
Have you ever seen Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
You know the little
Oh,
dude that
God.
walks on all fours, right?
Smeagol?
That yeah. What the?
Yeah, if you could take two.
Stupid fat hobbitses. The runs out. Smeagol.
That one's pretty good.
Yeah, I like
That
it.
was better.
You've
The
done
first
better,
time I
but that
needed to
was
clean
better.
my butt. Got it.
Is that what you call your mouth nowadays?
Yeah.
Your front hole.
Well, a
You
bunch
know
of
what
shit
they
comes
say.
out of it anyway.
Oh, let me.
Like the guy from the other night.
Oh no, you're talking about.
Yeah.
No, that was.
You don't have to say. Right. Yeah. You don't. I hate when people do that. You know who does that?
Speaking of James Stanley,
I love him, dude.
Flames
He's one of
Manly.
my favorite people.
James
we
Taylor.
so
Flames Manly.
yeah, we were talking about a comedian and I was trying to guess who Maddie was talking about, and I said, "Does it rhyme with Flames Manly?" And we realized that should be his nickname forever because Flames Manly is fucking rad.
Yeah.
It sounds like the guy that opens
Yeah.
for Jim Brewer.
It's gonna sound like I like I want James to like film
Well, maybe
me,
he's a
but,
stripper,
like,
actually, the way that you said it.
I love James. He's one of my favorite people on earth, man.
Yeah,
He's
he's
such
the
a good
best.
dude. The other day, I mean, are we still recording?
Yeah, hold on. Okay, can you get rid of these? I'm going to keep eating them the whole time.
They made my mouth like taste like butt.
No, I think that's Chris's butt. that
Yeah,
did
that's
that.
my butt that makes your mouth taste like
You wouldn't let
butt.
me
But
put your butt on my
so
mouth.
I don't want to say this and like have it be like not podcast worthy, but I mean maybe a shout out for James Stanley is worth it, right? Would you guys
Shout
agree
out?
that shout out to James Stanley just
Yeah.
for being an awesome dude? The other day, so like I was gonna do a set, at Comedy Corner, and I was doing some newish jokes, whatever.
Doing some
and-
Jewish jokes.
I
And
was
so like I
gonna
pulled him
say.
outside and we were just like kind of talking over our new stuff. And I like told him one of my new bits and I was like kind of chuckling as I was doing it. And he's like, you know what, dude? You know how I know your jokes are going to be good is when you laugh when you're telling them. And I was like, oh,
Wow.
that's like a really good observation because I haven't realized that. And then he's like, everything else that you do, like when you don't laugh at it, you can tell that you are only doing it because you think it's funny. But like, or because you think other people will think it's funny.
Right. I knew exactly what you were saying as soon as you
Right,
said it.
but like when I'm telling him something and I laugh, he's like, "Oh, that's gonna be a good bit." And even if it's not good right now, like he's gonna work it out. Which I was like, dude, that made me feel so good just now. And then I bombed that night, like so hard. I just bombed so hard. But these are jokes that like I thought was funny, so we're funny.
I thought it was funny.
I thought these jokes was funny.
So like whatever, I didn't really care. And then after my set, he's like, dude, those are gonna be really good jokes. And then the next night, I went to Fair State. I was on that Fair State.
Oh,
show.
okay.
and it was one of the better sets I've had in the cities in months.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Same jokes?
Yeah, all the same jokes, and they did so much better. And I was like, fucking A. Like this is
the crowd too makes a difference.
yeah, but big time. And the Fair State show was packed. Like it was. I've never been to a brewery with that many people in it. Like it was legitimately standing room only for the show.
What about Sister Fist?
Yes, but they have a comedy room.
That's not what it's called.
So that was the
That's
that
what
was
I
the
call it. I call it Sister's Fist because Sister Fist sounds so weird. So I call it Sister's Fist.
I don't know what Sisyphus means.
It
but
sounds like
it's a word.
It's an old mythological thing.
It sounds like a fancy British guy sneezing. Sisyphus.
I believe Sisyphus is the one who had to push the stone or like a rock up a never-ending hill.
Oh, yeah.
That was his torture in Tartarus.
Okay, so he's-
Why are you so smart at?
Okay,
weird-
so
Why are you so smart at?
Why are you so
people-
smart at?
people smart, lower than me.
Wait a second.
People smart,
I don't
higher than him.
I think I care
Book
less
smart?
about people smart.
Way lower than him. Book smart is. I mean, this dude is a fact machine. You remember those Dex commercials? You remember that? Where the
don't
guy
know.
would like walk. This is like pre-Google being cool.
Tex knows.
Dex knows.
Dex knows. That's
Yeah. And like that dude would like open up the whatever the
he
yellow page
literally
and be
said-
like, yeah, there's 30,000 ants per square inch in every part of it, and you're like, okay, terrible commercial. But that's him. We used to call him Bill Nye because he would just rip out facts. And
Yeah,
he
my friends still
hated
call
it.
me Bill Nye occasionally.
Have we been going too long to?
To what?
Is this worthwhile, or are people
I
going to get
mean-
to the point where they're like, Jesus, these people?
I
huh?"
feel like you keep ruining it, but
Some
I love
people's
you,
kids.
so
Do I actually though? Like,
No.
Oh, I was like, dude, on air that'd be awesome. If
See-
we had that confrontation where you're like, dude, you suck, and I was like, okay.
That's the difference for sure between you and I is there was no way in my mind that I was going to believe or be concerned with like Chris saying you keep ruining it. But in your mind, you're just like, oh, fuck am I ruining it? Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, that's
like
actually,
that. That's
I would
like
say
one of
that's
the main
biggest-
differences between him and I. Like there was one time where you were like shitting your pants about the world. You were like, dude,
Is
the
that
economy,
yesterday?
like, kinda. But the economy is like just
That's
going
because
to shit
like
and
every
like
night I used
fucking
to go
everything's
to
bad.
bed.
Like you would just be a mess. And
Dude, I was in the weirdest place in my life, dude. I used to go to bed and like just turn on like 9/11 conspiracy documentaries
that
on
wasn't
YouTube and be
wise.
like, okay, let's get a good night's sleep, and then it would just like pump my brain full of conspiracy.
While you're sleeping
Yeah.
all night.
my-
Yeah.
Yeah.
is my phone down here?
No, it's up.
Did you check
on
your
the
butt?
table. Why?
Dude, I like it. I was gonna say that laugh that you do. So you have two laughs that you do for us comedians,
Mhm.
which is okay. So let's say you're being supportive, right? And we're on stage, and you'll kind of like wander around
Yeah.
to try and so that your laugh is in random places.
Yeah. How do you know that I do that? Fuck. Okay. All right. Well,
So here's how I know.
gotta change my
And that's
tactics.
what you do.
Here's the supportive laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, see, and there's that one too. But when you do that back, like your chin goes into your neck, cackle.
Yeah.
That's when I'm like, I got him.
Yeah, and he gets very like
That weird, the gurgly one. You mean?
That's why I
The
wish I had my phone
gurgly.
because. But yeah,
Which
you
one?
have this like. So I know your real laugh and the one where you're helping us out.
Yeah.
Laugh.
Well, the helping us out laugh, I feel bad because like I do. When I do that laugh, it's not because I don't think you're funny, but you need the support. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like I'm laughing.
you're just being generally
But what I'm
supportive.
doing is I'm like exaggerating the laughter to
Yeah.
try to get other people to be like, "Oh, that was funny." You know? Because like,
You're trying to implement
you
your
know
own
who I
laugh
get that
track.
from? You know, David Harris.
Oh, I was gonna say the Joker.
Whenever I hear David Harris laugh at a bit that I did in the back, and he's laughing really loud, I'm like, okay, that joke has merit, but he's also trying to be loud, and it fills me with joy, like because I love him so much, and he's been so supportive since I started.
I
But
almost said something gross.
that's one thing is he's not just a comic; he's a supportive audience member, and he wants people to try new things. So he's not.
I forgot it was locked. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
There
that's
you
my
go.
laugh.
Yeah.
That's my
That's the
real
one.
laugh. Yeah.
It's almost
Yeah,
like
that's what I was trying to say. The Joker.
Cartoony, dude. It's
Yeah.
weird. Like I can't.
And that's when his
Well, that's
foot
Yeah,
sucks
that's
into
when
his
the
neck.
chin
Yeah, it
goes
does,
into the
for sure.
neck, and that's when we know we got you to actually laugh.
We got him.
Well, okay. So like the that laugh is
Jeez,
forced,
you really
but
pushed
it's
that
also
one.
like that's I don't know. Sometimes
No,
sometimes,
I appreciate the joke. It's funny, but it didn't
Right,
catch me
but, like,
off guard. Funny.
Well, I appreciated the joke and I know it's funny, but me laughing normal isn't gonna get everybody else to realize that was a funny joke.
oh, okay.
And if I don't do that,
Ah.
I feel like as a supporter, if I'm not like being obnoxiously loud with my laugh, other people are just like, yeah, it was kind of funny. Like I'll give this guy another shot. But if I'm like, that was exclamatory funny, then people are like, all right, this guy's funny, and then your next joke hopefully will hit better, or you'll get a better read.
I was
It's
gonna
like-
say it's almost sounds evil sometimes because
Yeah.
it'll be dead
Well,
silent,
duh.
and then from the back of the room, you're like, ah! It's gonna come murder me.
I don't know, dude. I feel bad because like now that you bring it up, like I totally do that, but I don't do it with like
No,
pity,
there's no
you know what I
ill
mean? Like I'm not like
yeah, right,
pitying
right.
them, and I don't want people to think that because like nobody likes to have like for people to be like malicious towards them,
Right.
But like even worse than that, people don't like when people pity them.
Likes it.
Does?
you can't say people's names on the podcast.
I
You
know. I
believe-
can bleep it out.
Do I laugh now? Because
Oh.
right? Like
Yeah.
there's no trigger moment. Like
Yeah.
that's why like what and Chris, I feel like you could be best described as like especially in the
Racist?
St. Cloud scene, like the master of misdirection. Like that's you're very very good
Wow.
at.
Have you heard
Wow.
me call you the joke doctor? I've said it on here
Oh,
so many
multiple
times.
times.
Should we just fuck right now because I feel like
dog?
He didn't shower today though.
Wait, so are we on a podcast right now with the
I don't know.
master of
This is-
misdirection and
this
the
is-
joke doctor?
This is my life. I just sit here and just do. a
What
lot
are
of the-
our titles?
I feel bad.
What's my title, Chris?
You're Kim Duke.
I have had a couple of ounces of whiskey, and here we are. Like now you guys did
That's
this.
how my
You-
marriage started.
You opened Pandora's box, and now I'm just not going to shut up.
okay. So, anyways,
Apparently it was
you
a
were
jar.
saying that I am the
Oh, let's
The
master.
get
master
back-
of misdirection.
Let's get back to
You really
me
are,
'cause
though,
I
and
love
it-
So I'm
attention.
a
Well,
master
okay, so I
of
think that
misdirection,
this
you
is a
say.
point that you will 100% agree with. Like Chris's jokes,
Suck. Oh.
in no way suck. You're absolutely right. In no way do they suck.
Get some. Dude,
Chris
okay,
is-
real quick. Shomer was on. People that didn't know that we do this, like Kim will say a funny joke and I'll give her fist bumps. Now that the cameras are here, they see it.
That's huge.
And Jason's telling a story and he's like, and then I make a little quip. Oh,
No,
no,
I make
Kim
a
makes a
quip.
little quip and I go, yeah, get some. And Jason's telling a story and what's happening. Like he says it out loud, what's happening. And I was like, oh, we support each other.
I love you too. You guys are the
Okay.
best.
Now, anyways.
Mom and Dad
Oh.
are still fighting
But like
though.
you the punch of almost, and not all, but a lot of your material. Like I think the hyena joke is exempt from that. A lot of your material, the punch is you being able to completely throw a wrench in the kind of the box that you've built for
Yeah,
the
yeah.
material, right? So like you're
God,
It's
you're-
like I show up to a football match, right, with an actual football instead of a soccer ball, which we all know is actually a footy ball, which is what I meant to say. Continue.
so no.
The master.
But yes,
of
like that was. I mean, that
misdirection.
wasn't. So like
You-
you're the master.
Wait,
like-
we'll take two. I show up to a footy match with a baseball bat.
Nah, man.
Okay.
So
Just
like
stop.
One
Here,
more.
when you guys get your
third
own,
time's a charm.
when you guys get your own podcast, this can be the open. The master and the doctor.
Ooh, I like it.
Can we do a
The
can we do a
Masters of
podcast and
Docking.
literally name it DR?
Masters of docking.
Can we?
My brain was
Can
turning.
we? Can we start a podcast and literally call it Dr. Master,
Ooh, Doctor Master.
but DR period Master?
Yeah.
Period.
Oh, that'd be
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I would love to do a podcast with you, but I also don't want to like stomp on your guys' whole party thing.
Dude, I would love
I've
to
been
do
trying
more
to
than one
quit
podcast.
forever.
Oh, okay. Anyway. Wait a minute, dude.
Hey guys,
okay,
do you
so,
think he's
like,
had a beverage?
Your the beer joke, I think, is the best example of that.
Oh yeah.
Right? Because like you build this box where you're like, does anybody ever get nervous about like driving after one beer? And then you like pause because you frame this like scenario that everyone has been in, right? And they're like, fucking hey, yeah, like I totally get nervous.
It's gonna
driving
happen
after
to me
one beer.
tonight.
And then you say, because of the 12 other beers you drank, and then everyone's like, no, he got us again. There he is,
Dude,
right?
you know what's been happening a ton
I just wait. Can we pause this for a second?
when I tell that joke?
Look at how happy you are right now. You are like.
Wait, are we passing each other in the hallway? Because
If you looked at me.
hey,
Hey, baby.
You missed
Johnny
it.
Bravo style. Hey, Ma.
oh wow,
You missed it last night. Chris was shaking his booty real hard.
dude, Clifton wanted to fuck me for real.
It's kind of hot.
And I'm like, this is how me and Chris started in our relationship.
Actually, you and Clifton do kind of have a similar structure.
Yeah,
And sexual energy.
Cliff,
Right.
this is not, I'm not putting you down here.
Hey, Cliff.
You're a little bit less round
Oh.
than Cliff.
Well, I've been
Because
losing weight.
you by like naturally are more barrel chested than Clifton.
Oh, you're Andrew Witzel meets Clifton.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, there it is. Got
Holy
it.
cow.
Got him. The master and the doctor. Welcome. Hey, folks. Thanks for tuning in to Dr. Master. This is 98.3 FM. 98.3. I just said that twice. KCL3. Yeah, here we are, 8:50 in the morning. We just discussed the story of Andrew Witzel with Clifton T. Parks III. Yeah, here we have Deeth. This is the Doctor of the Master. Just bam, zing, bang, bomb, boom, buttons. Okay, you're gonna have to Guys, edit we got most the of that holiday out. weekend coming up. Get to Coburn's for $3 off. Wait, you're kidding? That's $3 off. Guys, when you spend $75 on no-name ground beef.
Sorry.
Brown
Yeah,
beef.
actually, you don't
Ground
have
beef.
to even buy the ground beef if you just buy the
Oh, here
no-name
he
beef.
comes.
Period.
I'm wacky.
That's that
What the
wacky
fuck
shit.
is going
Hey,
on
after
here?
that
They're being
whole
a
scene,
wacky
I don't
morning
think we should
show.
have
Oh
a
my
podcast.
god. Oh. I guess it's better than being like a racist
Dude,
morning
I would
show.
do Dr. Master.
That's true.
That
Yeah,
actually
but what
would be
it
super fun.
what would it be to
You guys bring jokes to the
Well,
table.
okay, so, I don't mean to just like throw some out in the ether here, but Caitlin and I have talked about, once our leases are
Killing
out, maybe
people.
getting an apartment together.
Mhm.
And if we do that, we're planning on getting one at least halfway between St. Cloud and Plymouth, if not closer to St. Cloud. So, like, it maybe would be in, like, St. Michael, Monticello.
Just move in here.
So we'd be super close.
That's an
So
idea.
we could have a podcast.
I totally could.
I would
You're
totally
gonna make
do a
Chris
podcast
cry.
with you.
Oh my gosh.
Why? What's your obsession with me crying on our podcast?
You're just
I was
like so in love.
is an emotional podcast. This is what
touch.
This is what this buddies
See?
do.
You guys just touched.
I love you. You're one of my closest friends.
We're just gonna delete this whole
And I
one.
say
anyway.
closest friends because I don't want to be the guy that says best friends, and then you be like, "Yeah, man, we're."
I was
friends."
tight.
You know what I mean, like that. But like you really are.
Oh.
One of my best buddies.
Oh my gosh.
Well, yeah.
I'm just jealous.
I've
I don't
told
have
you
any
1,000
friends.
times. There's hands down nobody I talk to more than you.
I know, but
Not even me.
I mean, that's not true. 'Cause
Oh,
we live
like
together.
a little bit.
When I'm talking into your box, whoa!
Can I say
Welcome
something?
back to 93, boys.
Sex joke.
Earlier, when you said that, you said that filled me with joy.
yeah.
I want to be like Chris filled me with joy last night,
What?
Get some. Get some.
and it's
Do you
been
have
on.
a friend named Joy?
I feel.
Oh!
I feel,
Ethan
I
was
feel,
on fire.
I filled Jill with joy last night, right? Because we got JILL.
Oh, that's funny. I forgot all
You know,
about
Or
that.
if you guys
Yeah,
want to
fine.
read it.
Wait a second.
You have 5.
Were you saying that you filled your hand with your semen?
That was the joke back in school. Remember?
You
Yeah,
fill it
Jack
with
and
Jill,
Jill.
but you said you filled Jill with joy.
Yeah.
Oh, the
So
acid reflux
You
is
catch
happening.
it all?
It's happening.
Wait.
It's coming out the back. It's
That's
happening.
what she said. Also,
Well, when he real are we?
no, stop it.
Should we end this?
Put a pin in it, because what we're gonna do is I would like for you to plug any. So, like
That's
I said,
okay.
2
I was
weeks.
gonna ask, is it okay if he plugs his
Yes,
shit
of
first?
course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to prelude this for the listening audience.
Hi,
Okay, I
listening
know
audience.
I look like a complete jackass, but this guy actually takes what he wants to do with his life like very seriously. So just if you have the time, the energy, the capacity, just fucking watch his shit, man.
What do
Okay,
I
go
do?
ahead.
What do I
What do you do?
Yeah, what
Plug your streams and shit. Tell the story of you on Twitch with the power trip. I think that's a cool story. And then also plug yourself at the end. Not with your hand, but
I'll
I'm
be doing the plugging
confused.
later.
This
this is
I
a-
thought you were just a Target employee student.
no,
what else
this
do
is
you
a
do?
cool story.
He's a cam girl.
Yep, he nailed it. Yeah, local radio show really wanted me to do some camming for him. So
Oh.
yeah, and
Sorry.
Okay, when
their
he says
numbers
local-
skyrocketed.
All right,
Okay.
ready?
Okay.
Here we go.
Do you need me to tell this story?
Yeah,
I'm going to
you
tell the
can.
story.
Wait,
Go
wait, wait.
ahead.
He's
Okay.
trying
I
to
used
tell
to-
it. We keep interrupting
Right.
him.
I'm not
I used to-
exactly sure what he's even referring
I used to intern on the
Oh.
Power Trip Morning Show. Okay, excellent radio show. All of the people on the radio show are wonderful people. Right, I love them so much. My brother started listening to the Power Trip, and then over time, after I left the internship and whatever, moved on, he got a little bit involved with how things kind of go on their Twitch account online, and now he's like Big Deeth. Like they like talk about him on the air on the show, which is super cool for me because I'm like, oh, that's my brother.
You got
Like, I'm so happy.
involved.
Well, so yeah, so like they
Thank you.
started streaming on Twitch, like playing video, because they would talk about video games all the time.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, and then so like when Red Dead 2 came out, like they talked about it constantly. And then some people were like, "Hey, we can help you start streaming." And then they started doing like streaming consistently, and then That's My Water, and then why would you, dude, it's a straw. You don't angle a straw.
He just squirted.
Go fuck yourself, bud.
Good God.
He's
But-
like, I want to support you, but also.
You're
But
driving home
so
first.
okay, will do. Yeah, so like they started streaming on a regular basis, and then they like at MOA did like a live stream.
Oh,
So
okay. I got you.
Yeah, so like I went to that, and I actually helped like their main like media and tech guy get stuff set up for it. And so then he knew who I was. Like he knew, so like when I would be typing in the chat when they were streaming, my name is Big Deeth on Twitch.
Okay.
So they recognized my name when I told the guy I'm Big Deeth, by the way.
How do you spell Big Deeth?
BIGDEETH.
Is there an underscore?
No. And it's
important
Big
to
Deeth3 on Twitter.
Thank you. Big D3 on Twitter. Follow him
Yeah.
at Big D3.
So then this guy one day while they were streaming whatever and I was typing in the chat, he made me a moderator of their Twitch chat. So it doesn't really mean anything, but whenever someone starts being an idiot in their chat, then I can kick them out of the channel. So then, like I've gone to a bunch of like their live events, and the same guy, who's like their head of media, has come and talked to me and stuff. So it's really cool. Like I've kind of developed a relationship with this dude. And then the other day when I was about to stream, I tweeted out, and he like, what is it, like tweet replied, like what? I don't even. Yeah. So he, like,
Retweeted?
yeah. Like he
Retweet
basically
quote.
like. Yeah, retweet quoted
replied.
my tweet and like said like my guy Big Deeth like on his Twitter, which was super cool. So yeah, that's what I do whenever I can, because that's something I would really love to be able to do, is stream on Twitch and post crap on YouTube.
So follow him
Yeah, yeah.
on Twitch.
The smack dude.
Do you have one
What's
of
your name
these
on
as
Twitch?
well then?
Fuck.
No, so I have put like minimal money into it so far, because I don't have like a PC or anything like that and all that stuff, and because I can't do it on a regular basis right now, so I do it when I can.
I see.
So I just literally have a Kinect that I stream through my Xbox on the Twitch app, and it uses like the Kinect to capture my face.
Okay,
So,
I
yeah.
got you.
Yeah, so it's still like face cam.
Kinect is that
and I'm
little
gaming.
camera.
I know.
Oh,
It's
okay.
okay.
She knows.
I watch
yeah.
your son watches videos all the time, so I know some stuff.
So yeah, that's what I do when I can. Is
Yeah.
I stream on Twitch.
So follow him.
Twitch.tv.
He's worth
/Big
watching.
Deeth.
He's actually funny. Like, and I'm not just saying that because he's
Rad.
Because he could beat you up.
well, duh. But that's yeah.
So yeah, thanks.
Don't follow me on any social
Kimberly
medias.
Do.
Yeah, otherwise she'd be famous.
DU,
Oh.
as in the first part of Duke, on Instagram. And
I have the Facebooks. I don't have the Twitters. I have Snapchat. I never use it. I only use it to stalk where people are.
She is Moldy Cheese on Pornhub.com.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
I am Landon, M as in Mary, Photo on Instagram, as well as Duck Grey Duke. We do an open mic comedy night
Alex didn't
every
plug
week. Hold on. Every week
Prelude
at
the
the
plug.
Nordic Open Mic. The reason why I jumped in first, Kim Duke, which you didn't even think about the fact that you jumped in before me. Anyways, goddamn monkey feet.
I love picking stuff up with my toes.
You think you could pick my nose with
It is
your...
actually super fun.
It is so fun.
So,
I can imagine what your toes look like if your fingers look like that.
My God.
well, I mean, he's got fucking
Disaster.
Marfan syndrome.
Their hands.
Goddamn Marfan syndrome. His heart's going to explode in like 2 years.
Okay, go ahead.
So every Tuesday...
Super crying right now.
Every Tuesday, we have an open mic night, the Nordic Brewing Open Mic on Facebook. And I'm very excited to say that we have shows, real shows coming up. We have got a showcase, which 2 weeks from now, what is that?
It's more than 2 weeks.
No, I'm
It's 3
saying
weeks.
that's when this will come out.
Oh.
Yeah, so it'll be a week from if it actually comes out in 2 weeks. It'll
Yeah,
be
yeah.
close to a week in like 5 days.
September 26th, I'm very excited. My dear friend, hilarious individual, and one of the comedians that I trust most in the comedy world.
Kim Duke.
Yep.
Thank you.
She got it. Alex Pitra. We are doing
What?
a show called Pitra's Picks. Where
Hell yeah, dog.
Alex, you want to explain?
Yeah, so I've always wanted to kind of host my own showcase.
Ethan.
But I think the value of the Monticello area and the Nordic Open Mic in particular is that it brings like two
Wait a
comedy.
second. What the fuck is happening over there?
And the tag just makes it look that much more stupid.
I don't even know there's. Oh.
You just look so ridiculous.
Okay, so anyway, the Monticello Nordic Open Mic is I think like the perfect marriage between the Twin Cities and the St. Cloud comedy scene. So what I want to do as I'm booking the shows is be an ambassador for both and bring both together in a place that both are equally accessible to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This coming month. Well, this month, but this
Yeah.
coming show, we've got a headliner. Her name's Shelley Paul. She is, first of all, like one of my kind of mentors in the Minneapolis comedy scene. I love her so much. She's such a great comic. But she's so funny. And I highly recommend you coming out and seeing it, especially for how inexpensive it's going to be. Just because, like, you know, you're going to get to see a great show. The rest of the comics on the show, which I'm so happy about, James Stanley, Andrew Witzel,
Flames
Kelly
Manley.
Collins. Kelly Collins, Andrew Witzel. I just want to make sure everyone heard that.
Oh, yeah.
And then Shelley Paul will be headlining. I hope that as a first show, it's like everything we wish it is.
Mhm.
But like ultimately, this is I handpicked from both scenes, and I think the talent that I have for this show is going to be something you don't want to miss. I mean, Shelley has turned herself into an absolute powerhouse in the Minneapolis scene, and all three, Kelly, Andrew, and James, are like quickly rising to the top of the Minneapolis scene. You know, James is one of the best writers I've ever known. Andrew is like a self-deprecating genius. Kelly is like also self-deprecating, but also like extremely socially conscious. So she finds a way to meld the both of those together, and she's a great writer. Chris, as I've described, is the master of misdirection. It sounds really facetious, and I don't mean it this way, but like I'm really honored to be able to host a show there, and like it's just such a good room, and like
The beer's good too.
Yeah, tremendous. And
I
I
love the
don't
beer.
know. I want it to go amazing because it's just such an honor to be able to host a show and to have my own showcase. And so Pitra's Picks is basically just me hand-picking comics and kind of giving people of Monticello and then hopefully the surrounding area like a taste of what the two biggest scenes in Minnesota
I like that.
Can put together.
I
So,
like that a lot.
Fantastic, man. I
Yeah.
love it. Any other shows coming up
yeah,
for
on
you,
the
sir?
20th of September. So maybe.
Oh, yeah, I'm on
just
that too. I
before-
forgot
yeah,
about
yeah,
that.
You
The
were on that
Pickled
show.
Loon?
That's
Pickled
at the Pickled Loon. That show is like sneaky good. Like I don't know that there's a showcase in the city or in Minnesota.
I mean, for
right
sure
now
in St. Cloud.
that has pulled like the talent that show has pulled. Like
Yeah.
Ryan Call headlined not that long ago,
Yeah,
and
we went
he's
to
a
that one.
monster. Like, and if he ever does watch or listen to this,
Corey
he's gonna be
Adam
like, "Why are you-"
headlined.
Right. So like
There's-
Corey's headlined, Comrade headlined, Keenan headlined, Ryan Call. I mean, there's just been some really, really talented comics on that show, so I'm really excited about that one. I think I'm probably going to end up doing 7. Whatever that is.
I think that is.
And then, follow me on Twitter, Project Pitra. I
How
named
do you
myself
spell Pitra?
Pitra.
There we go.
I named my Twitter handle after Project Pat because I love 36 Mafia. And
Oh,
Project Pat is my
okay.
favorite. So Project Pitra on Twitter, Instagram, on Facebook. You can find me at Alex Pitra. Yeah. Other than that,
Fuck yes. Okay, so the last thing that we do on this show, Ethan, I don't know if you're aware, but our listeners, our tens of listeners, are called ducklings.
13 subscribers today.
We do have 13 subscribers actually on
makes me very
ye old HooTube. Cam, nobody can see your face for this last
Thank
part.
God.
You gotta. Your look at your body was totally turned in the wrong direction.
I'm falling asleep. You guys are boring.
You're still looking. Get over there.
don't say that on your own show.
Advice number 1. Absolutely don't cut your own material down before it gets released.
I don't know why I sound like Casey Kasem there.
No, that's
Yeah.
okay.
Casey Kasem American Top 40. This week it's 1976,
Oh, yeah.
August 8th, and number 38 on the charts is everyone's favorite.
Mariah Carey.
I was really hoping Chris was gonna fill the void.
I tried to throw in Mariah Carey. Hi, Casey Kasem's brother, Tracy Kasem.
Tracy
Sorry.
Kasem and Casey Kasem on American Top 40.
Okay, go ahead though.
So the last thing that we do, our listeners are called ducklings. So we say, "Au revoir, little ducklings, quack quack."
Au revoir, little ducklings, quack quack.
Au revoir, little ducklings, quack quack.
Au revoir, little ducklings, quack quack.